Hello, everybody. Woo.
Woo.
Hello. We already got some people in chat. What's this? Okay. Not Maggie Bird. Hello,
Magpie!
everyone. Yeah, I was assuming this is a Yesy friend.
Yes, it is.
Welcome everyone. We're doing Ace Attorney Investigations. It's lots of fun. I need to open the game and share the screen.
Unless you just want the audience to look at your face.
Oh, you can hear it. Hold on. All right.
Very
now
fair,
everyone
Baron.
can see it. Yeah, that's fair. I knew like we stream late where you are, so just stopping by and saying hi is cool.
If you're stopping by, leave a like. It always helps. Huh?
I know you, Baron, watch my monster videos. New one is coming soon, I swear. Just like my job keeps changing my schedule every week, and I'm like, cool. All right. Well, how about we go on over to the game and get started sooner rather than later?
I like the how the title screen looks. Huh?
Yeah, here it is. Yeah, we're in a plane. I love this touch.
Immersive storytelling.
I am so immersed. You can't even. I
feel like I'm barreling through the air at 500 miles per hour as we speak.
That's fair, Baron. Also, I'm gonna give kind of a warning about myself because I am tired.
Dan is a tired EP.
Yeah, kind of because, again, I've worked the past 2 days, and we had a fun sewage smell in where I work, so it's not gone away. It's great. So this is going to be a highlight of my week. Let's get into it. Yeah, I do love Go You! I see this plane and I want it to be Go fuck yourself. Airlines. We landed? Oh my god, is that who I think it is?
Yes.
Yes.
Man. Is
Will
that...
cameo.
Who's... Can I talk to him?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna voice him because I liked my voice for him.
Just be an internet edgelord.
Oh yeah, I know.
That's all you gotta do.
I know that once we had landed, I'm supposed to let the local police take over. And thanks to Miss Tenero and Miss Melee Meal, I was able to preserve the crime scene. But I just can't shake it. I wasn't able to talk with Miss Tenero in private. So I'm left wondering just what was she up to? Why did she do what she did? There must be a way for me to continue my investigation. That's the name of the game.
I've been expecting you, Miles Edgeworth.
Oh, dear
Music.
God. Scary! Ah! Francisca, I thought you were still in Germany.
I go where I'm needed. Or wherever there are criminals to be caught.
Okay.
She's staring directly at him.
Her name is Francisca von Karma, the daughter of my mentor, Manfred von Karma. She, like myself, is a prosecutor. Are you heading up this case? It would be a bit of a relief if you are.
Don't you try to flatter me, Miles Edgeworth. I'm placing you under arrest.
Damn, why? What?
And Phoenix Wright is not here, so now I shall resort to whipping you.
Dang!
It's quite frustrating, actually. I had hoped to exact my revenge on you in a different venue. But I'll have to set... Wow, that was suddenly very French. But I'll have to take what I can get. I never thought I'd live to see the day when a disciple of the House of Von Karma would become a criminal. Have you no shame?
Wait, it's all a big misunderstanding. I didn't kill the victim.
A misunderstanding?
Yeah.
I heard all about the murder over the police radio from the captain himself.
You can't trust... You can't trust the police.
You waited for the victim on the first floor and then beat him to death.
Actually I did do that, but... Francisco, do you honestly believe that I killed a man?
I suppose I should reserve judgment until after I've investigated this for myself.
This smile looks really goofy in this game.
Yeah. I can put you on hold. Blah, blah, blah. I can put you on rest on hold until then.
Then as it should be.
Ha! I don't need a lecture on how to perform my duties from you, of all people. To be perfect in every way. That is the fulfillment of the... oh my god. The fulfillment of that.
Well, I have my own creed, which I must...
Shut the fuck up, Miles Edgeworth. I was talking.
So why don't we solve this together?
I have to get going. The crime scene awaits. Don't you dare leave town.
So, we don't usually see her below the waist. My neurons are activating.
Yeah, I made her skirt much longer for my cosplay.
Yeah.
And that's fair. Oh, I forgot to say the line. I was too busy activating my neurons.
Detective Gumshoe!
Yes, sir. Oh my god, I
Again.
finally have lines. Let's go.
I love that she has such big dick energy that she just is Sir. Too slow!
If she
I
had...
also do find the height difference funny when she bosses him around like that.
Nice, sprite.
Listen up! I'm leaving you in charge of watching this man. Don't mess up, understand?
You're right, in chat, I do have a history button. I just said trust me, I have no intention to.
Yeah.
Hello in chat. What's coming in here with the questions?
Mr. Edgeworth. Oh god, I did not say that correctly. You skipped my lines.
I'm skipping everyone.
If you are that late, then you are not worthy of having a line. You are too slow to get to the... wherever the fuck we are. Airport.
I tried
Mr.
to...
Edgeworth, I'm supposed to guard him?
And, yes, your Francisco line, I also skipped.
A simple yes or no, detective.
Yes, sir. Understood, sir. You just leave it to me.
Miles Edgeworth. If you interfere with my investigation, I'll arrest you on the spot. Are we clear? Now then, if you'll excuse me.
There she goes.
There she goes.
So I have a question in chat. Am I gonna watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 2? Yes. Me and Duncan are currently recording episodes for it.
Yeah. It's cooking.
Yeah.
It's cooking.
So what I'm kind of planning to do, I haven't said this officially yet, but I probably will, is that I'm gonna do episodes every other week. So like 1 week I will put up a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure episode. The next week I will put up a monster episode, and then the next week will be JoJo's Bizarre Adventure again. But I am really enjoying part 2 so far. It is
I am inclined to agree that he's probably the best JoJo part 2, just saying.
It is a vast step up.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, let's continue.
Good to see you again, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Boy, am I glad to see you're okay.
I'm not.
Okay.
Thank you,
I'm
detective.
not okay.
I believe in you, sir. You can lean on me. I'll get you through this.
Lean on me. I have to admit, I'm a bit curious as to what Francisca is up to. Maybe I should ask the good detective. Very well. In that case, I have a few questions for you. Alright. Bye in chat.
Bye-bye.
Sir, what are you... Gumshoes are like, what are you doing, sir? Asserting dominance. I can't do this with Phoenix, so...
Oh my gosh. I don't know what I expected.
So how's the initial investigation going?
We just shipped the body off to the coroner's office.
Cool.
We're taking statements right now, sir.
Sounds like Francisca. She was always good at quick responses to a case.
I'd say she was a little too quick, sir.
Oh? How so?
I rushed on over as soon as I got word of the affair, sir.
An affair?
But somehow, when I got here, Miss Von Karma was already here barking out orders at everyone.
Well, what else does she do?
It was kind of
You
crazy.
better fucking watch your words.
As though she knew where there had been a murder or something.
I feel like if any character is immune, it's Edgeworth, just because he's dealt with it for so long.
No, that's fair.
Oh my god, guys. Is Franziska suspicious? Is she the real criminal?
Francisca, more like Fransuska.
Oh.
Got him! Okay.
And come
No.
in advance to await your flight's arrival.
I feel like at some point we should play The Among Us just for kicks.
That would be fun.
If I had like a soundboard for this stream, I would be like spamming that like every time someone was suspicious. Yeah. That is sort of odd. She did show up rather quickly and out of the blue. Plus, I still don't know why she's here in America.
Because fuck you, that's why.
Alright. There must be some backstory to all this.
Yeah, the backstory is fuck you.
Miss Von Karma just kind of popped up at the prosecutor's office about a week ago, sir. Something about chasing down leads related to a certain incident.
No details?
It's kind of top secret, so she can't talk about it, even with me, sir.
Knowing her, the only type of talking she likes to do is with her whip. Whip. Plus, I doubt the top secret part was what stopped her from talking to you, detective. Although I wonder if her case has anything to do with mine.
Anyway, that's about all the info I have, sir. We should find out more as we investigate.
When he says that, is he talking about the Yatagarasu thing?
Well,
I don't
remember,
think
Dan,
he knows about this yet.
This case took place 2 days before, like, the first
Oh, right.
case. Yeah.
Adoy! Anyway. Yeah, let's investigate. Yes, it's high time to resume my investigation. I need to see all the crannies and nooks!
So true.
Hello, child. What is wrong with you? This child seems to be happily enjoying the sight of many planes. What an idiot.
I'm all excited to see the planes, too. Just look at the size of these things.
Do you like planes too, mister? The balance between the main wings and the tail wings is really something, huh?
It seems this child derives his pleasure from a different aspect.
Train
Oh,
or
I've also
plane
got a
of
thing
Doctor.
for the shape of the wings, too.
Okay.
Here, mister, you can stand next to me. So about that plane's wings.
Thank you, detective, for leaving me out of this conversation. Who? I'm gonna talk to Sal.
Lore unlocked. Gumshoe is a train. What's it called?
Train enthusiast.
Train otaku.
Oh, yeah. I love those videos of just like a train rounding a corner and then just like
I fully meant to say plane.
oh
Sorry, it's just train otaku is a real thing. Plane
Yeah, I know.
otaku is my take on it, so
I like
plane
I do like
otaku
the
is a real
idea.
thing too, for sure.
I'm sure it is, but like
I
it's
do
not
like-
as
Anyway, what were you saying,
I
Duncan?
do like the idea of Gumshoe having quality of trains and just wearing like a conductor outfit on the weekend.
Oh, that'd be cute.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
It's like it's like he doesn't get a lot of money and he probably could buy some more food, but he spends the rest of his money on little trains that he paints.
Looking
Aw.
from behind, I think I've seen this man's dump truck before.
Oh my god.
I forgot that he talks in memes.
Elite speak, my beloved.
In Soviet Russia, world flags lunchboxes eat too. What is that?
Mr. Edgeworth, we gotta get him some water.
Oh no.
Found it. Low. Oh, God damn it. Oh, I feel a wave of creative powers coming on. It's over 9,000. That was a dated reference when the first game came out, or when the game originally came out.
Yeah.
Jen, you make your bed.
For my next Elite movie, it's going to be the Steel Samurai War of Neo Tokyo versus the World Samurai Champion of Earth. It's gonna... Roxors. So many boxors.
Good thing it was a false alarm, right, Mr. Edgeworth?
So the Steel Samurai is finally getting a movie.
Completely ignore me as usual.
Sorry, I'm just so hype. I was trying to think of what's something that's getting a movie that got me hype recently, but all I thought about is that Phineas and Ferb is getting new episodes.
Oh yeah.
I thought the show ended.
Oh, it did,
Yeah.
but it's coming back. It's reviving.
Oh, okay.
Whose man's is this? This man was in first class with me. He's quite shaken up by the whole affair.
I'd be pretty scared too if I got caught up in a murder investigation, pal.
Who was this?
I
think I played
not
him.
somebody, not somebody.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I did it. I made it the whole flight. I'm not scared of turbulence anymore. This life vest is proof I made it alive. It's now my prized possession. How could you just take that from the plane?
It's okay, Mr. Edgeworth. It's got nothing to do with the murder, at least. I'm pretty sure that's still theft, detective.
Lunchland. Not bad. I guess it's gotten big enough to warrant its own branch shops. Is this the,
That was that lunch lady.
That's
from-
where
from
what's her
Rise from
face
the
works.
Ashes. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of her name so bad.
Angel Star.
Angel
Yeah.
Star. My brain was, I was like, she had like a porn star name. That's all I remembered.
Oh my god.
She has kind of a forgettable name, honestly. I've always wanted to give their steak lunch a try.
Do you want to do this one, Duncan?
Yeah.
What should I go with?
I recommend our airport special, World Flags lunchboxes, only available for a limited time. We have a variety of lunchboxes made to look like different countries' flags.
If you really want one that badly, Detective, why don't you go ahead and buy one?
Is that okay, sir? Thanks. Alright, I'm really gonna get one. Here I go. Excuse me, miss. I'll take the Star Spangled Banner lunchbox, please.
Here we go! I hope he's aware that's the most expensive one on the menu. As it should be. Land of the free.
Oh,
Evil
yeah.
screech noise.
Alright, then
So,
we need to go back. We need to go back on the plane.
Dang it. I just got off.
Well, now you gotta go back on, sir.
Oh, look, a character I get to voice.
So you must be the captain.
Wait. In the spreadsheet, it's listed as pilot. Is this me?
Yes.
Okay.
It sounded like a douche. That's my,
Okay.
my, notes.
I mean, this first line is giving, why, yes, I am. And who might you be?
I am the prodigy prosecutor, Francisco von Karma, and I have a few questions for you. Don't you dare, Captain! Getting friendly with another woman? I'll never forgive you if you do.
What are you talking about? I only have eyes for you, my dear Cammy. I wouldn't bet money on our dear captain to be much of a reputable person.
Sure, you don't want to ask the captain some questions, sir?
He was in the cockpit the entire time. I highly doubt he would know he would be of any he would know anything of use to us. Anyway, I'd like to leave that type of witness to Francisca and her whip.
Yeah, he
If
deserves
I
it.
remember correctly, you're supposed to get like an achievement for going over to Edgeworth's seat and like clicking on it.
Okay.
That's my understanding.
Ah!
That sound good?
Good enough.
Oh god.
Virginian man, angry.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. How do you intend to hold me?
How do you?
It is impossible for me to be the criminal. I told you.
It was how long do you? But I really like, how do you intend to hold me?
He's about to turn into the Incredible Hulk. That's my interpretation.
Mr. LeBlanc,
Oh, it is you. Tell this man to stop stopping me from going. Time is money. I don't have even 1 second of wasteful time to spend.
alright.
To go
Bye.
back to the original area.
Yeah.
I wanted to see
I always forget what a choice they made with that music.
Yeah.
So, like this.
Yeah, I think it is.
This was my seat.
Wow. Do you read law books even when you're flying, sir?
Were you expecting anything else? Now come along, we must hurry to the crime scene.
Hey, hold on a second. There's a different book stuck here. Steel Samurai's...
Detective Gumshoe! Am I going to have to charge you with invasion of privacy?
It's a doujinshi. It's absolutely a doujinshi.
Really good. Click on that one too.
Just-
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth. I think you have too many red knights on the board.
It's just your imagination.
And it looks like that blue pawn is completely surrounded by red knights.
I love that this is a running joke.
It's very
Now
good.
you're seeing things.
Sir, I don't think you're supposed to have lots of the same pieces like in checkers.
I know that, detective. What do you take me for? There we go. A prosecutor's true passion.
There we go.
Surrounding
Phoenix with
Phoenix
shadow
Wright.
clones.
Oop, I'm gonna talk to you from behind you. Is that okay? Come on, please. Please, let me be behind him and turn. No! It just takes me away anyway. Did you finish taking his statement yet?
Yep, all done, sir. I do not concern if you do not...
Oh god, I gotta rewind. I gotta read that again.
I do not concern if you're not done examining the cargo hold. I want my cargo back. If you make a single scratch on my art, you will pay.
Art? What sort of art? The spicy kind?
Mr. LeBlanc is
my
an
God.
art dealer, so he's got a bunch of artwork down the cargo hold, sir. There's practically a mountain of them, large and small. From folk costumes to stone statues, I sell all kinds of art.
Folk costumes. Speaking of which, Mr. LeBlanc's hat. It kind of looks like that other piece of cloth.
Mm-hmm. Represent it.
Now let's look at our thing. Ah,
The
Thingamathing.
thingamabob, huh?
this guy. Mr. LeBlanc, can you please take a look at this for me?
Oh, it's a Virginian cloth.
As I suspected, your hat is made of the same material, I suppose.
Yes, of course. This fabric is so famous, orders come in from over the seas for more.
Ah. It's been soiled. Then this is the cargo you were talking about earlier?
No. My cargo this time is much many gigantic. You, detective, when can I have my cargo moved? You can get your cargo back when we're done investigating, pal. The stubbornness of your police is no good. And it is no good that the attendant refuses to exit the attendant's room too.
That attendant? I wonder if he's talking about Miss Tenero. Okay.
I'll ask him about that.
What did you mean by that attendant, Mr. LeBlanc?
She was taken into the attendant's room for her interview. And then, they still have not come out. They make no sign of coming out either.
Ah,
I
just
was
like me.
finished with my own interview much earlier. Quicker than her.
Oh.
Why is Miss Tenero's interview the only one that's taking up so much time? Ah! Jump scare.
Miles Edgeworth, you were given free rein to examine the plane, weren't you?
Yes, I was able to obtain the cooperation of the flight attendants. Speaking of attendants, I'd like to speak with Miss Tenero. I wonder if you might grant me permission to enter the flight attendant's room.
Before I do, you'll still have to clear up a few issues surrounding your own circumstances.
I understand.
You may have tricked those attendants with your sophisticated talking. But you can't pull the wool over my eyes, Miles Edgeworth.
That's the closest thing to a compliment you've ever given me. With your fancy word
I like
talking.
that little animation she does.
Whack whack.
Let's not complicate things and go with the most obvious conclusion. The scene of the crime was here, in the very lounge the body was discovered. From the time the victim was seen calling for an attendant until his body was found, the only person in the lounge this entire time was you, Miles Edgeworth. This, unmistakably, makes you the likeliest suspect.
I love being the likeliest suspect. The likeliest suspect, Francisca.
Do you have a problem with that?
No, but it's not like you to use such vague wording. You're usually a bit more absolute.
I'm simply trying to watch out for you. Or is my kindness too hard for you to comprehend?
Yes. Thank you, but your leniency is unnecessary, for I will prove my innocence soon enough. If I want to continue my investigation, I'll have to break her line of logic fast. Okay, time to butt. Rebut. Alright, let me
Nice.
check my
What are all the statements again?
Yeah, so there's let's not complicate things to the most obvious. Scene of the crime here in the very lounge. The body was discovered. Let me look at my stuff that I have.
Yeah, let's look at the evidence real quick.
The items.
On the floor of the elevator.
The items, you mean?
Inside the elevator, sitting on the back of the head. There's that. Footprints.
I remember last time we discovered something that was pretty important, huh? Like, at the end of our stream.
Yeah. Well, we found this in here, didn't we?
Yeah, that was in there, but specifically, like, it's especially the suitcase.
There's
like
things here. Let's look at the suitcase.
I mean, it says it was used to transport the body, yeah? That's pretty important.
Whee! Anyway. Okay, so the scene of the crime was here in this very lounge. I don't think that's the case.
No, that wouldn't make sense if you were using the suitcase, right?
Yeah. So can we present the suitcase on that one?
Yeah, it'll probably just work. Because if if the scene of the crime was in there, then why would they even need the suitcase?
Objection!
Wow.
We're so smart.
Yeah, I was immediately all like, I don't think that the scene of crime is here. It would appear that
Sometimes
you.
the contradiction is just that obvious.
It would appear that you did not have all the information you needed after all. Haha. Get wrecked. Cracks whip.
So they're saying like, ha, take that.
Oh, no, what does that mean?
I found a nice piece of evidence just before I was forced to stop investigating. a piece that proves that the body was moved from a different location. The killer used this suitcase to move the victim's body, meaning that the real scene of the crime is not this lounge at all.
Objection!
Now who's the one rashly jumping to conclusions?
Excuse me?
All you did was find this piece of cloth inside the suitcase. That doesn't prove the body was moved. It could be that this killer simply chose that suitcase as a good place to hide the cloth.
I expected you would come to that conclusion. It would seem that I can't escape that easily.
You should know better than that. A phone karma is perfect in every way.
Ah, but did you know that the killer definitely wheeled that suitcase around at some point?
Objection!
As if there's proof of that.
Where is the proof that the suitcase was moved? Is it in the wheel marks here?
Yeah.
And
Something being dragged. Yep.
Yep.
Take that!
The spilled grape juice in front of the elevator.
Forgot. Grape juice. Wink.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yes, and I'd like to draw your attention to this area here. In reality, wine is more grape juice than grape juice is.
I guess, yeah.
Since-
Like, you're not wrong.
Since grape juice is like mostly sugar.
Well, it depends on what type you get. I'm not sure if the pretentious is the right word, but like I only get 100% juice. But even then, a lot of times you're right because there's like 100% juice and then there's 100% grape juice. A lot of times 100% juice is watered down with like apple and pear juice.
Yeah. So I am right.
But if I get 100% grape
That's all I
juice and
heard.
that's straight grape juice. I know a lot about juice.
I didn't know that. Now I
have
know
other
a lot
fun-
about you.
I have further juice fun facts, but I'll save them for later.
Okay. Where's the evidence that proves that the killer dropped the suitcase here? This mark here, wouldn't you say that it looks suspiciously like tracks from two wheels?
I suppose.
Further, there is also grape juice residue that on the wheels of the suitcase. This means that the suitcase containing the victim's body definitely passed through here.
I suppose this means that the killer.
This song goes too hard for what we're talking about right now.
It really does.
Yeah.
And it helps that it's like a new song too. It's just
Yeah.
a new edition.
I suppose that the killer did move the victim's body from somewhere else.
I'm glad you've come to your senses.
Objection!
Ah,
Shut the fuck up!
okay.
That doesn't put you in the clear. Not by a long shot.
Dang
These
it.
games just need to let Franziska say fuck just once.
Every character should get one.
Yeah. You prepared yourself and acquired the piggy bank before the plane hit that turbulence. And then you waited for the victim in the lounge, where you beat him to death.
Hmm.
Then, while you were out of the elevator with the victim's body stuffed into the suitcase, the plane hit that patch of turbulence and out flew the body from within the suitcase. With no way out, you hastily put the suitcase back where you had taken it from, and pretended to just be the discoverer of the body.
Not a bad bit of logic for something you thought of on the fly.
Just what are you insinuating?
That I will show you exactly how flawed your logic is. No matter how strong a face you put on, not even you can hide your fears from me. I'll explode
Explode.
I'll explode the flaws in her logic in one fell swoop. Add one fell swoop to Edgeworthisms. Prepared yourself and acquired the piggy bank before turbulence. Should we be pressing some of these?
I don't think we need to. Can I see
bank.
what her lines are again, just real quick?
This was taken out of its display case in the in-flight shop after the turbulence.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Big contradiction
Well-
right there.
that was easy. I remember.
Sometimes it's just that easy.
Yeah, I remember in like the final case of Trials and Tribulations, I was getting tripped up a lot by just not reading what the evidence said.
Yeah.
Objection!
I have to say, Frenzy's just not really on our game right now, because some of these are just really easy.
The fact that
Maybe
you... What were you saying?
I was gonna say maybe she does secretly care about him and making it easy.
Yeah.
The fact that you took this piece of evidence into account in your testimony is to be commended. Your legal prowess is certainly something to be feared.
Evidence and logic. Essential tools that those who would stand in the courtroom must learn to master.
But what if there was a fake piece of evidence thrown into the mix?
Oh, fake.
This Captain Uggo piggy bank, that's what I'm calling it, is just such a fake. It is not the real murder weapon.
What?
The timing of when the bank was taken from the shop is important, and it was taken after the turbulence had occurred.
But then, what about the blood on the bank? What do you make of that?
Licks it? Grape juice.
Oh my god.
I assume it was added after the murder when the killer fabricated this weapon. Looking at it this way, the killer basically did 3 things after the turbulence. After exiting the elevator,
Oh my god, I can't believe they're showing us the murderer and it's a ghost.
the killer brought the suitcase to the shop and left it there. Then the killer proceeded to pick up the bank off the floor. I do like these visualizations. We didn't really get a lot of these in the Ace Attorney trilogy.
Yeah.
So, just like a flashback. It would all had to be described. Besides that one time that we had video footage, but that's PTSD inducing. And took to fabricate a fake murder weapon by hitting the victim on the head. Finally, the victim's wallet was planted on my personage, in my pocket to be precise. At personage. Everything was done so that I would be framed for the murder of Mr. Ackby Hicks.
You were there.
Yes, ma'am.
Other than this piggy bank, was anything else resembling a murder weapon found?
We didn't find anything in the lounge or in the shop that could be used as one, ma'am. Most of the items that could have been used were broken during the turbulence.
I pick up a bottle off the shelf and I'm like, I could kill you with this. I swear to God.
Sure.
Duncan.
Oh. And the remaining items all tested negative for any traces of blood.
I see. Well, Miles Edgeworth, it appears your stall tactics are at an end.
Dang it. Those are my favorite. Duncan!
But it's possible that it's just hidden somewhere, sir.
If the criminal had wanted to hide the weapon in a safer place, I'd think the weapon would have been hidden in the same place as the bloody claws.
Exactly what I was thinking. Because the cloth was hidden inside that suitcase, it signals to me that the killer had not prepared a more secure place to hide the evidence. Which means that the real murder weapon is either still on the murderer's personage, or is still at the real crime scene.
Objection!
Stop yelling at me.
There is one more possibility.
And that would be...
That the piggy bank is, in fact, the real weapon.
No. But didn't we just...
Let me finish. The killer took the bank out from the display case before the turbulence by opening the lock on the display case door. And it was at that time that the glass pane in the door was broken. I'd say that's a perfectly reasonable line of reasoning, wouldn't you? Let's see. So that means that the killer had the key to the display case.
Francisca, the person you're talking about.
Not so fast. I'm not finished. The person I'm talking about has also committed another sin.
Avarice.
She tricked the captain. And granted you permission to conduct your investigation. Yes, it is a sin of lying. Bye-bye, Baron.
Bye. Have a good sleep. Sleep is important. That's what I'm gonna do after this stream. What?
Speaking of it, I recall that you also wish to speak with her.
Yes.
Very well, permission granted. But only if I can sit in on your interrogation. Do we understand each other?
I have no intention of interrogating her, but you are welcome to accompany me if you so wish.
Mr. Nero is in the flight attendant's room. Let's move.
Let's freaking
Oh, the
go.
music. I love the music.
No. Wrong.
No, the music's gone.
Da-na-na-na. Okay, I had to be higher up, I guess. Dang. Got bunks with curtains. A nice plane.
I like the attention to detail that one's really nice and one's very not nice.
So you're the one who poked around inside this plane without the captain's permission. Deviating from the flight attendant's manual is very unbecoming, you know.
Is that why it's taking so long? She's just not talking.
I guess
What
so.
were you hoping to accomplish by doing that? I...
Miss Tenero,
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, you are here too.
can you please help us and shed some light on why you did what you did?
All right. Sorry, I had to, like,
holy shit.
you and do like my flight attendant's voice to find it.
Fabulous.
I kind of like this music. Sad music.
Hi. Invades everyone's personal space simulator. Why did you lie about receiving the captain's permission like that?
Because I didn't think I would be able to get his permission.
What do you mean?
The captain, he only has ears for Cammy. I spoke with the captain a little earlier myself. He definitely seems to be rather taken with this meal. Yes, and on top of that, I had mistakenly accused Mr. Edgeworth of being the killer. I wanted to make amends.
In that case, please allow me to thank you for what you did. Thanks to you, I was able to clear myself of all charges.
Really? You were able to prove your innocence? Oh, thank goodness. Miss Tenero, is it? There is one more thing I would like to ask you. You were in the in-flight shop just before the turbulence, weren't you? Please answer honestly. Yes, I was. And why were you in there?
I was murdering someone.
Well,
Why the sudden hesitation? Francisca seems to have struck a nerve.
All I did was go to check up on the shop like I always do. You're saying it was for work then? Yes, I'm in charge of the shop, so I have to keep an eye on it. I don't have any reason to go there otherwise. After your visit to the shop, you paid a visit to this room, correct? Yes, I came back to freshen up and adjust my makeup. I'm sorry, but there isn't much else to tell.
Miss Tenero claims to have no other reason than duty to go to the shop. But is that all there is to it? Maybe I should ask her about that thing. That thing! The suitcase?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ah!
Oh no!
Jesus. It's fine. It's all good. You are a failure, but so am I. Anyway. That one.
Throw the
It's
suitcase away.
impressive with her hair.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Oh yeah, square hair fair. That's a good one. If you could please take a look at this for me, Miss Tenero.
Oh, that suitcase!
Yes, about the suitcase. You're the one who designed it, correct? And I think I figured something else out about it. This suitcase is the reason you went to the shop, isn't it?
There's nothing you won't find out eventually, is there?
Won't you please tell me more about this situation?
Yes, I was interested in seeing how the suitcases I designed were selling.
Terribly.
I know that as a service professional I'm not supposed to care, but I really wanted to know. And I was glad to see that it was the last one there.
The last one there. Yeah, there were two. The heck? So you're saying, Miss Tenero, that the suitcase in question was the last one?
Yes, they're just so popular they're practically flying off the shelves.
That's not exactly the impression I got.
The one in the shop is most definitely the last one.
Well, we're currently looking at that suitcase.
Really? Then I guess we sold all of them. Thank you very much for taking the last one.
I did not buy it. And I will not. I didn't say anything about buying it.
Then say you will buy it.
I'm sorry, I can't.
But why?
I'm allergic.
I think it'd go great with your complexion, Mr. Edgeworth. It really suits you.
Yeah?
I guarantee it personally as a service professional.
Is that an insult? To say that that suitcase would go good with your complexion?
I think it has very few complexions it would go well with.
Yeah. Well, that is... How should I put this? It's fucking hideous.
What? Oh,
Maybe that was a bit too direct. Moving on, my issue with the suitcase isn't the design, it's the number of them remaining.
remaining.
There were two... like... This is the ugliest thing I've ever seen. Sorry for your eyesight. I'm sorry for your artistic vision, ma'am. Your magnum opus should have never seen the light of day. There were two suitcases in the in-flight shop when I investigated it.
Two, but that's impossible. I'm sure there was only one. Looks like her story has led her into quite the contradiction. When I left the shop, I'm positive that there was only one suitcase left.
Something is amiss here. What could be the meaning of this inconsistency? There's a suitcase there. By the way, Miss Tenero, what is one of those suitcases doing here?
That
I thought you said there was only one left.
one is, it's mine. I've used it for a very long time now.
She's used it for a long time. I think not. Miss Tenero, I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't lie to me.
Excuse me?
I don't believe for even 1 second that you've used this for a very long time. Proves this hasn't been used for nearly as long as Miss Tenero says it. The frickin' price tag here.
Take that!
The frickin' price tag.
It's also really overpriced. Like, look at that.
I know.
You'd spend Is that like $1,200?
That
Yes.
had better be an armored suitcase.
I wouldn't spend $100 on that thing. Are you
I
kidding me?
I don't think I've spent $100 on a suitcase, period.
Yeah, like
To be fair, when I did international travel and I had carry-on, I borrowed a suitcase. But the
Yeah.
one that I bought for me was less than $100.
I mean, I just see no purpose in getting a suitcase anywhere near that ballpark expensive unless you had something insanely valuable you had to transport and it was state of the art.
I've used the same suitcase that my parents bought for me since when I was 10 or something.
I
I will
basically
say,
been using
go
a
ahead.
duffel bag that I've been using for the last 15 years.
I was pretty proud of myself because when I went to Japan, I have my personal suitcase, which is international carry-on size, which is pretty small. And I was able to fit 10 days worth of clothes in there, and then my carry-on I just left emptied for all the shit that I inevitably brought back.
Good move. Tell me, Miss Tenero, is it also your habit to keep the price tag pristine on your suitcase?
What is the meaning of this? Why would you lie about the suitcase?
Despite having faith in her design sense, the sales numbers made her cry bitter tears. The truth is becoming increasingly clear to me. Miss Tenero, I think I understand. I know what you were trying to hide. Now then, this suitcase was originally in the flight attendant's room in the flight shop. In flight shop, right? Seeing as how the price tag is still on the suitcase, one can only assume it was out on the floor for sale in the shop. And the person who bought this suitcase was... She bought her
Yeah.
own suitcase.
Yeah.
Take that!
It was you, wasn't it, Miss Tenero? You loser. I hate to say this, but the suitcase that you designed, it hasn't sold very well, has it? Meanwhile, I pretty much watch most of my videos when I publish them. Or at least I have them on my phone and then do something else. So I can relate to being but you gotta see you want at least someone to interact.
Yeah.
Hold on, my parents have brought pizza, so we're gonna have to get to a
Ooh.
stopping point so I can eat some of
Eat
that.
pizza.
Well,
Or
we're
at least-
actually pretty
least-
close to the end of this specific part.
Yeah,
So we can take a quick break.
yeah. Let me respond. You saw how poorly this design was selling, that you poured your heart into it. What? And were deeply hurt. That's why you wanted to make it look like it was selling by buying it yourself. Isn't that right?
Then the reason you went to the shop and came back here was... I'm sorry. All I really have is my job.
Oh no.
As you can tell by my permanent customer service voice, I was overjoyed when my design was chosen. I thought that maybe I had finally accomplished something.
But the suitcases didn't sell.
It's because of the design, isn't it? All because it's, as you put it, hideous.
I can't say they chose a great place in which to sell them either.
We weren't selling a single one, and they were just sitting there collecting dust. I felt so bad seeing them there day in and day out. So I decided to buy one for every flight that I worked.
You buy one every single time you work a flight? You drop $1,200 every single
How much-
flight?
How
Just
much does she
saying.
make as a flight attendant? That's a lot
So
of money.
I actually do know the answer to this a little bit. Flight attendants are paid by the hour, and they're paid from it's either from the minute the plane leaves the thing that connects the plane to the airport, or from the minute the plane leaves the ground. I think it's like for the minute it leaves docking to the minute it is docked, and so that doesn't include.
They're probably paid decently well, do decent rates.
I don't think it's wonderful.
Dang.
Well, they don't make bad money, huh?
I'll just say, that suitcase is most of my paycheck.
Yeah.
I
same
mean,
here.
you could buy a plane ticket for less money than that is.
I could buy a round trip flight to Japan for that same price.
Yeah,
when I
like
bought
you
my
would buy
ticket.
a round trip flight. That's what
She
I meant.
must be living the gumshoe diet if she's dropping $1,200 on a suitcase every flight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The instant ramen for dinner.
Yeah.
I see. So in order to keep your resolution, you went and bought one today as well. Yes, and here's my receipt for that purchase.
Oh. This receipt is clearly time-stamped at 5:40 a.m. She just, like, wherever she is, she just has, like, a pile of suitcases, like, or in her home.
The truth is, there's still a bunch of them left unsold. They're planning to scrap the remaining ones at the end of this flight.
Miss Tenero, where are these other suitcases?
They should all be down in the cargo hold. The suitcase the killer used.
Could very well have come from the cargo hold.
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, you don't think that the killer used one of my suitcases to...
Yes, I do. The killer used one of your beloved suitcases to move the victim's body.
How could they? Those suitcases were meant to be faithful partners to our passengers on their trips.
Yeah?
That's all I ever wished for them to be.
Miss Tenero, is there any other way to get to the cargo hold other than the elevator?
The only other way is just through that door there.
And what about security?
That door has no special lock installed because just to enter this room, you'd need a special key card that only crew members have access to.
Which means that the culprit is someone who can enter this room, eliminating the passengers and leaving only crew members as potential suspects.
I can't believe it.
What? Yes, Francisca?
Going on this wild goose chases, you're a disgrace to the von Common name.
And what do you mean by that?
This suitcase came from the cargo hold. That fact alone tells the whole story.
Yes, which is why I said the culprit must be a crew member who used their key card.
Miles Edgeworth,
What?
you're proposing that the killer rode the elevator to the cargo hold, correct?
Yes, that's the only realistic possibility.
That other attendant, Miss Meal. I asked her earlier, and she had this to say.
Francisca got information out of Miss Meal?
In order to make the elevator go down to the cargo hold, a different keycard is required.
A different one.
Yes, and the only person who holds that particular card is you, Miss Rhoda Tenero, and only you. Oh!
Well, Booker! What? Is this true, Miss Tenero?
Yes, I keep that key card in my locker at all times.
Could you please show us that card right now?
Yes, hold on.
But it's not gonna be there. Don't worry, Duncan. We'll have lines eventually.
I don't believe it.
What's wrong?
The key card, it's gone.
What? Who could have seen this coming?
Very clever. Pretending that your card was stolen when in fact you're just trying to hide it from us. You'll really thought this through. Wait, it's not like that. You could tell us all about what it's like down at the station. Officer, arrest this woman.
Yes, ma'am.
Woo! Arrest!
I finally have a line.
Mr. Edgeworth,
goodbye forever, I guess.
She's dead.
Yeah, it's just like she turns the corner, we wait a second, and then we hear a gunshot.
Oh my god.
This is just what they do with the
Y'all are
Ace Attorney.
terrible.
This is just what they do with the Ace Attorney criminals as soon as they're off screen.
It feels
What's
like it.
wrong? There's disbelief written all over your face.
There's only like one previous person we put away that has been relevant, and that's, what's her name? Morgana?
Dahlia?
Morgan?
Morgan.
Yeah.
Faye. Yes, I was like, Morgana. That's a different game.
Different series.
Francisca, I know that you are the lead on the investigation on this case.
Hold it. Do not even think about wasting any more of my time.
How did you know?
You know the rules as well as I do.
So,
Evidence speaks louder than words. Even if this isn't a courtroom, that basic tenet still applies. I intend to investigate the cargo hold now. What will you do, Miles Edgeworth?
I intend to do likewise and get some pizza. All right.
Woo. Pizza
Yeah.
break.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take a
I
break.
am coincidentally also getting some pizza, real quick.
Wow.
Y'all are making me wish I had pizza,
Well,
but I didn't. I had chicken tendies.
too bad, Yessie.
You should have been part of the cool gang.
Damn.
So yeah, I'm gonna switch to the
Vibes.
this screen, and we'll see you in a couple of minutes. Maybe a minute. We'll see.
It's
Unmute you during that conversation. Hey guys. We were just talking about how isn't it weird that Padme just like completely overlooks the fact that Anakin says that he slaughtered the Tusken Raiders like animals. That's like one of the bigger. Anyway.
He found it. She didn't overlook it. She found it quite attractive, actually.
It's a crazy red flag to just be like, yeah, I'll have his kid.
Wow, so this is the back of the cargo hold, huh? It's so
Just running in
big.
circles. I love him.
Gumshoe's like, Echo! Echo! This plane is a special model. It has both super large cargo hold and ultra luxurious first class seating.
So this is the real scene of the murder?
There is certainly a high probability of that, which is why we are here, correct?
Okay, let's get investigating, sir.
Yay!
Yeah.
Nook and cranny
Yay.
time! Woo! Hey,
So
Francisco.
true.
Isn't that weird how I just go through you? Oh god. Okay, well, this is immediately suspicious. Highly flammable!
Teehee.
We got some suitcases there.
Bed shits.
Not the bed shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at this.
Hey, what's with that suitcase, pal?
It's what the victim checked in, sir.
So this suit, I'm gonna talk with food in my mouth, and people are just gonna have to deal with it.
Okay.
So this suitcase belonged to Mr. Hicks. I don't think he'd mind if we took a closer look.
There's nothing out of the ordinary in here, sir.
Wait, a file?
And there's a photo of Miss Von Karma in it, sir.
It looks like a profile on Francisca. Interesting. Why would Mr. Hicks have a file on her?
Holy suitcases, Mr. Edgeworth. It's like an all-you-can-use suitcase fit.
Okay. These must be all the leftover ones they couldn't sell. The ones the company's planning on disposing after the flight is over.
Man, this paint job is real cool, don't you think? It practically screams artsy.
Yeah? Well. Oh, why not purchase one then? I'm sure it will bring you much happiness.
You think so? Maybe I will. Let's see here. $1,200 dues.
You would say that. You're correct.
I think I'll pass.
Miss Tenero wonders why they don't sell. You need 2 jobs just to buy one. Although, it definitely looks like one is missing. What's this brittle substance I'm stepping on? It's a bunch of glass fragments. All sorts of boxes are piled up here. This one says
This one says-
flammable!
That's
Sorry.
my line.
I know.
This one says flammable, and this one says pharmaceuticals.
This one says for exorcism use only. Just what kind of operation is this airline running? That's
Hey,
fun.
Miles, do you have to be at the airport? I'm supposed to have a package coming in today. I got a message to tell that because of a murder, and I don't really know what to do about that because I kind of need it for a channeling.
What's up, bro?
Maya. Not Maya. Francisca.
Huh? Yeah, I'll talk to her next. Have you noticed anything strange happening around here?
No, sir, I haven't noticed a thing.
Uh-huh. Suspicious. I'm not sure you meant to sound so oblivious, but I now think you're an idiot. You arrived at the scene of the crime before Detective Gumshoe, correct? And then you immediately began to direct the investigation. It seems to me that you are already here at this airport for something besides this murder.
Yes, I was. I've been following a very large and involved governmental-level international crime.
Alright. Cool.
But it's much too large for one person to take on alone.
I'm not gonna comment on that one.
So I decided that I should form a joint investigation with Interpol.
Interpol. Francisca came to this airport as an Interpol liaison. Interpol is involved?
It's a top secret operation, so I can't really tell you any more than I already have.
Okay.
It's time for some logic, Dan.
Ah, dang it. I gotta use my
Logic.
brain.
Yes.
Hold on, let me have some fuel. Oh, what's the word got here? Oh.
Aha!
I think we can safely conclude that these fragments are from a pair of glasses.
And the victim was wearing a pair of broken glasses.
Exactly what I was thinking. I'm not sure that the shards would match up perfectly with the I am sure that the shards would match up perfectly with the remnants of his glasses lenses. Ergo, the victim was here, just as I suspected.
So you're saying
Yes.
that the real scene of the crime was here, sir?
Yes. Isn't that what I've been saying for a while now? For at least, like, an hour.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Perhaps it's a bit early to draw conclusions. However, I believe that the probability has just skyrocketed considerably. His heart rocket has skyrated. All that's left is to find the murder weapon. Okay. Do these connect?
Yes.
I guess we'll find out by connecting them. Now, why would Mr. Hicks have documents on profiling Francisca?
Oh, I know. I bet he's a big fan of this Von Karma, sir.
Yeah. Francisca... Everyone get in the prosecutor's fan club. That probably does exist in this world. Francisca said that she had come to this airport as part of an Interpol investigation.
Oh, maybe Mr. Hicks had heard she was coming here and he followed her.
Detective, I think it's more likely that Mr. Hicks was in actuality Interpol agent Hicks. I think Francisca has some splaining to do. Splain!
What the fuck does splain mean?
Splain, woman! You came to this airport to rendezvous with the victim, didn't you? Rendezvous makes it sound scandalous.
Nonsense! What are you talking about? Francisca does the gay hand thing.
We found a profile detailing information about you and the victim's luggage. I suppose it was prepared for him so that he could recognize you when he landed. Which makes him not Mr. Hicks, but rather Interpol agent Hicks. Isn't that correct?
I should have known you'd figure it out, Miles. First name use spotted.
She doesn't do that a lot.
She does not. But it looks like they got to him first.
So then you really did come here to receive an Interpol agent then?
Yes. Agent Hicks was on the trail of a very large international smuggling ring.
Oh, cool. Let me absorb that.
He went undercover to investigate this crime. And it was I who put him on this case. I was supposed to receive a call from him on his cell phone once he had landed.
That's why I was fiddling with it so much. So, you put him on this case. You're the reason he's dead. It's your fault!
I have done nothing wrong in my life ever.
True.
I know this and I love you. I never expected to receive a call about his murder instead.
I think we now have pretty definitive evidence that Agent Hicks came down here to the cargo hold.
But what was he doing down here, sir?
Crying.
It's nothing but luggage. Oh, I get it.
What else do you do when you have a workplace and you go into the storage room? You just cry. That's what we all do, right? Right?
Yeah.
I'm like waiting for affirmation.
I won't give it to you. Maybe he forgot something in his suitcase and came down to get it.
Agent Hicks came here for a work-related reason. Of that, I'm sure.
Yes, I'm sure he was here to investigate the smuggling operation he was observing. Francisca, do you know exactly how he intended to pursue this investigation?
No. Unfortunately, I was going to find out from him after he landed.
I see, but this raises another question. A normal passenger can't access the cargo hold on their own.
Agent Hicks must have identified himself to a member of the crew. Or entered the cargo hold with that person who let him in.
Yes, and then he was murdered here. These glass fragments and his broken glasses are a testament to that. And then...
The killer put Agent Hicks into one of the spare suitcases, and...
They entered the elevator, but while they were riding it up... The plane hit that patch of turbulence. Because of the intense shaking, the suitcase popped open, and Agent Hicks's body flew out. At the same time, his wallet fell out of his pocket, spilling its contents everywhere. Which explains why there was money scattered all over the elevator floor. Yay! We're so smart.
I think it's pretty easy to say who the culprit is at this stage.
But really, sir?
I know what you're thinking, Miles Edgeworth. But the killer can't be none other than Miss Rhoda Tenero.
Oh yeah? Let's fight.
If it was a crew member, any one of them could have shown Agent Hicks to the cargo hold. But the point to keep in mind is the key card that allows the elevator to come down here. The only person with such high-level access is Miss Rhoda Tenero. I'd say that's a pretty decisive piece of information, wouldn't you?
I know what she's trying to say, but I'm not certain it's quite that simple. Ugh. The only person with such high-level access is Miss Rhoda Tenero. Why is that? Okay. What do we have?
I think we need more info.
Yeah. Alright, let's press...
Hold it!
That might be true, but then it could be anyone, including Miss Meal or even the captain.
Don't be a fool. A plane without a pilot in the cockpit is like a horse without a rider, crop in hand. Much like Scruffy over there.
There's a autopilot. That does some stuff. I can't disagree with her on that. Detective Gumshoe does always need a guiding hand. Very well. Then what about the other flight attendant, Miss Meal?
Ha! I thought you might ask about her.
But it's highly likely that the keycard was stolen from Miss Tenero.
Objection!
It's highly likely. Is that possibility the best you can come up with?
It's like a 50% chance.
It's highly likely. But you call yourself a disciple of my father. I'm glad that was so funny.
It's like, I didn't expect it. But they would do that.
They would.
I like to imagine that eventually their arguments do devolve into something like that. They're highly logical for like a half an hour, and then eventually they just get really fed up.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, well, you're stupid. What you think about that, huh?
You're a fucking idiot.
And Edward says, like, if I'm an idiot, then who are you? Yes, well,
Or Edward's like, I know what you are, but what am I?
yeah.
They just start using all of the.
It takes one to know one. Yes.
You
well,
know that. Sorry.
Well, I don't have any evidence.
Be quiet. You're a disgrace.
You're a disgrace.
There's more evidence pointing to Miss Rhoda Tenero, you know. It's not just the key card that gives her away.
Are you talking about
You know
the...
what's bad when both of them break into the German to argue?
Are you talking about the murder weapon? The Captain Uggo piggy bank?
Yeah! She is also the only one with the key card to open the display case. Key, just a regular key. No card. Also coincidentally, I did look it up because I was gonna make like a joke about like, I'm so mad I'm going into German. Idiot in German is just idiot.
That's fun.
Yeah.
And stupid is just dumb. Which, like, sure, it's a different word, but also, like, that sounds like an English word that has a similar meaning, so...
Well,
It ends
English
up being
and
a
German
lot-
have a lot of similarities to them.
Yeah, which makes sense, because
They're part
English
of the
has
same-
Germanic
they're part of-
roots.
Yeah, they're part of the same language tree.
Is it like...
But it
Is it like...
was a lot less it was a lot more anticlimactic than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Is it like Doomkopf? Or like
That's the one I was looking for.
Yeah.
But just idiot by itself is also a word.
My dad has called some people that in the car.
In English?
He is not. Yeah, he is not German. He does not speak German. His dad spoke German.
That's
But-
fun.
it's just a fun thing to say. So the key, yeah, it's a key card. So where do we get that?
Is it on the other page? Oh wait, maybe we
Maybe
need to
do I have
press
to
the
press
news.
this line?
Maybe we need to press the news statement that we
Yeah.
got. This one.
Hold it!
Objection!
That is a fake.
Stop
Hey!
right there, Miles Edgeworth.
What the
Hey,
heck?
I wasn't done.
You don't have any proof that this is just a red herring.
Yes, I do. Pulls out a red herring.
If you must keep insisting that that's a fake, then what is the real murder weapon, and where did it go?
It was this knife, and I ate it.
Phoenix.
Phoenix. Phoenix.
Speechless, I see. That's not a surprise.
It was poison, and I had my boyfriend eat it. Obviously.
After all, you know that we searched the entire cargo hold and came up empty-handed.
There must be a way. There must be something that can help me rule out the piggy bank as the murder weapon. What should be examined further to help us ascertain the authenticity of the weapon?
I'll say there's
crime
one thing I know
scene?
it's not. It's either the crime scene or the body, because the piggy bank like has blood on it because it's a fake.
Oh
It's-
wait, I know. I think we need to examine the body. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's the body.
Because
That's
Let's-
if we know for sure it's the piggy bank, then it should be able to line up with like the wound, right?
yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Francisca, I think you were too quick to jump to your conclusions.
Oh, was I?
Yes, we don't even have the autopsy results yet.
Ah, that's what I thought you'd say, you dumb fucking horse.
We need to update it.
Yes, this is my move.
Yeah, Francisco's like, I can't believe you pulled that move on me.
How can I?
Oh fuck, I can't believe you've done this.
How can I not say that you made a snap judgment when you have yet to even see if the wound on Agent Hicks's head is consistent with the murder weapon?
Scruffy?
Uh-oh, hide. Hide, Duncan.
Yes, sir.
Contact the medical examiner's office at once. I wish to hear the results of Agent Hicks's autopsy.
Yes, sir.
There he goes. Gumshoe dies.
Oh my god.
Oh no. Oh god. Duncan, say it's not
We've got a big problem, Mr. Edgeworth, sir.
Hey, it's not my fault. I get barely any lines. I get distracted here.
What is it, detective?
They're still doing the autopsy, but they said they already know that one thing for sure.
Report! Now!
Doc said it's one giant bruise from a beating from his shoulder down to his mid-back.
Oh god. From the
Blood
victim's
force trauma.
from the victim's shoulder to his mid-back. He was beaten over such a wide area.
Well, I'd say it's a sign the killer had a grudge against Agent Hicks. It wasn't just his head. The killer went all out and hit him multiple times, sir.
Well,
Scruffy, what is had a grudge against Agent Hicks supposed to mean?
Well, that's,
was the wound on the victim's head consistent with the murder weapon, detective?
Oh, well, they said they were still looking into that, sir.
God damn it.
You're completely useless.
Kill him.
Sir, I told you already. You can't go down.
No! You remove yourself from my way!
Yeah, that is definitely that is, isn't it? What is all that racket?
My luggage, my cargo, they're mine. I demand you return them to me.
Look at them puffing their chests.
Yeah,
out.
the theme is back.
We're still investigating the cargo hold. Please understand and have a little patience.
I want the writers of this game to tell me where he's from.
Virginia.
Virginia.
Yeah, but I want them to tell me where they think that is.
I was having a conversation with a friend last night about a different game of the franchise. And we were talking about how it almost feels like the writers went, oh, we can't make this a real country because, like, we don't want to, like, mess up and make stuff up about a real country. So we're
Yeah.
going to make up a fake country. And then it just kind of circles back to still being, like, kind of,
Yeah.
It basically always ends up being like a fake country, but it's supposed to be vaguely some other country.
And it's kind of like, oh, some of this is kind of weird.
That's kind of what, like, so I had been watching, like, some behind the scenes for Lord of the Rings. And,
Yeah.
like, with the, you know, they tried to not pull on real cultures for when designing lots of them, but you can still see the influence in a lot of them. So, like, the like, Easterlings, is that what they're called?
Yeah. Yeah.
I've always thought that they look inspired by, like, China and Eastern cultures. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, you didn't try hard enough. But anyway,
I suppose there is no choice. Finally, thinking, hey, what are you? You have left me with no choice but to use strong force.
God, he's insulting an officer.
Ah! You won't get past me.
Duncan's
I like
fighting
the fact
himself.
that they both just they're like, the officer's just like, I'm just gonna stand here, I guess.
He's dead. I love how that was so funny. He went at him full force. Just,
He did nothing. Eh?
wait, that's it. So that's what this whole thing has been about.
Do you know what it reminds me of? It's like, you all know how Michael Jackson, he had like things in his shoes that like there are pins on the floor
Uh-huh.
so that like he wouldn't fall over.
Uh-huh.
All I can imagine is that the police officer had those so that he wouldn't fall back,
Yeah.
and that's why it worked.
Alright. Flashback to a second ago.
Do I have to read it?
No.
Okay. Just in case you forgot, Dan. What if you forgot? What then?
Came up empty-handed. I just love him slow motion falling. Ew. Don't tell me
I
that.
like how Edgeworth's having a whole brain blast when that guy just fell on his ass.
It's just like on drugs right now. Weapon can find anything. Smuggling. Hold on. My brain is working. Weapon
We
can
believe in
be
you.
found. Smuggling. Are the piggy banks related to smuggling? Am I crazy here?
Yes.
Dang it! Is the cause of death?
Weapon could it be found? Relates to something.
Is it
Y-
cause
You're
of
on
death?
the you're on the right track. Yeah.
Okay.
The weapon could it be found because if you fall, we're having
fell.
this brain blast with the guy falling.
Ah, fuck.
Maybe you didn't put him in the right order.
Failed.
Ow! My brain!
I think you should first go with the piggy bank,
Okay.
and that, because you're trying to prove that that isn't a murder weapon,
Yeah.
and also.
Oh, the weapon couldn't be found. We have it. Oh! Oh man, we're doing good today. This is the first one that's really like stumped me.
I think we're just not thinking about this correctly.
Alright. Time to brute force it. Let's try every combination.
No, don't do that.
Dang
It
it.
should be easy. It's let me just read them again. This is the real murder weapon.
Is there some way to prove that this is a real murder weapon? Extensive bruising from the back down to mid-back, as if severely beaten.
Oh, try that one with the weapon can be found. Try that one.
Didn't I just do
No,
this?
Try
No,
it.
you didn't do that
Try it.
one.
No, try it the other order.
Okay.
Weapon could be found, and then
Cause of death, yeah.
I swear to God.
What?
oh my god, we're stupid.
But that's supposed to be it. Like,
Okay, we haven't done anything with smuggling. Do we have to do something with smuggling first?
yeah. Let's try that one then. That one. Wait, hold on.
It only fits with the piggy bank. Wait.
Fit
Well, anyone
the
can
cause
beat
of death with
if
the
it-
piggy bank.
Yeah, that's the. I guess.
Did we already try that?
No.
No, we haven't.
Okay,
tried
okay.
that.
Oh. Fuck you,
I
game.
like the idea that Edgeworth was just mentally short-circuiting like 3 times there.
Oh, Francisco's watching. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
It's just, you know, that
Why are
like
you just standing
dial-up
there?
sound is playing in his brain whenever that happens.
Why on the edge of a man just fell to his death, and you have just been standing there.
Allegedly, the killer struck the victim many times over, which is why there is extensive bruising over such a wide area.
You know,
But is that really the correct conclusion to draw from the evidence? The bruise from his shoulder to the middle of his back is one continuous mark, which is more suggestive of a single blow to the back. If that's the case, then the piggy bank is much too small to have caused that. Therefore, the murder weapon must be something far bigger.
So I have a little theory as to why Edgeworth short-circuited 3 times there. It's because while he was trying to think while that guy was falling to his death, his mind kept drifting back to the Steel Samurai fan fiction he's writing.
Oh yeah, the dojin.
He's like, oh, this is actually just like that scene I was writing in my friend. No, Brain, get back on track.
This is just like one of my Japanese animes. Do you know that line, Yessie?
Vaguely. I think I've heard it of the front, but I've definitely heard it.
It's Metal Gear Solid.
That's
It's
right.
It's like a famous line from Otacon.
Yeah.
Because it's so weirdly stilted.
Otacon.
Who's named that because he's an otaku.
Literally, his name is short for Otaku Convention, but I think like it's of no relation to Otakon, the anime convention.
Yeah. All right. So I think we definitely have to use sizable weapon. Should we do weapon that's not been found because that's weird if it's so big.
Those go together.
Why isn't it found?
You got a first try.
First try. You didn't see anything, guys.
Don't go back to the last 10 minutes of stream.
You should just cut out the past 5 minutes of your life.
We're gaslighting you all.
If we're looking,
Or are we?
This is the gaslighting stream.
Or is it?
If we're looking for a rather large weapon, you'd think it would stick out. But so far we haven't found anything that resembles a weapon of any sort. Perhaps, just perhaps, it's something we all overlooked from the very beginning, because normally it's too impossibly big to be taken into consideration.
Ooh.
What was that all about? Mr. Edgeworth, why were you just staring off into space for like 10 minutes there?
It was 5.
Was he trying to jump his way down?
Francisca,
What? What do you want? What?
I found it, Francisca. I found the real murder weapon.
You did?
Pulls a gun out of his pocket.
Oh my god.
It's
It was-
right here, and I'm the murderer.
It was me, Austin.
He really jumped.
Gumshoe's the only one who cares.
I love it. It's so good.
We didn't realize it until now, but the answer has been right in front of us this whole time.
He might be hurt. We should probably check up on him, sirs.
No one cares.
Is that pompous attitude of yours again? You should learn to drop that habit.
Never.
Says her.
They're coming from the prosecutor. This coming from a prosecutor with a habit of whipping everyone she comes across.
Anyway, if you are really a prosecutor, then you'll back yourself up with evidence.
Never.
You two aren't listening at all, are you?
Just go help him. We're logic here.
Come on then, show me this real murder weapon that you speak of. You don't have any to
For this
show.
one, we don't have evidence to show. Because it's too large to fit in my pocket.
I don't have any evidence to show you.
She's gonna get so mad when he says that.
A foolish reasoning for a foolish fool from a foolishly foolish fool meant to be fooling me.
That's
so
the
mad.
first time she did that this game.
What do you mean by I don't have any evidence to show?
That's like me when I rage at a game and I just combine like curse words in a way that doesn't make sense.
Or does it? No, I'm just beating a dead horse.
Perhaps I should have phrased it as that which caused Agent Hicks' death is incorporeal.
Imagine that's the Edgeworth Wisdoms. The Edgeworth Wisdoms.
Forgive me, but I do believe I figured out what the real cause was. Gravity.
I thought it was gunshot.
The victim fell from a great height and subsequently died as a result. In other words, the real cause of death is free falling to the ground.
Okay, but that would I feel like that's not free fall, is it?
Free
Well, technically, free fall would be like if you're skydiving. Right?
Yeah, that's what I thought. So, Miles, shut the fuck up.
Isn't free fall just like any time that you're not like you're falling with no intention of being able or not ability being able to stop yourself?
Free fall
I
is like
thought-
when I think you reach terminal velocity while you're
which-
falling.
Yeah, because eventually you hit like a maximum point.
I can hit terminal velocity twice as fast as the normal man.
It fell to his death?
No one's gonna question that or anything. I'm just gonna continue. Yes, this is the only plausible possibility. The victim had extensive bruising on the back of his head and his back. The only rational explanation for these injuries is that he fell to his death.
But the murder happened inside this plane.
I know.
Are you claiming that there are some places in this plane from which she could have fallen from?
Edgeworth looks at the stairs, looks back at her. As I said earlier, the answer has been right in front of us the entire time.
You can't mean...
Literally, why is it so unbelievable? Yes, I do. The victim fell from the top of the stairs of this very cargo hold.
What? Then we're in trouble. We may have a second death on our hands, sir.
He fell like 6 feet.
Hey, you! Tell me, you're not dead, pal, right? Quiet! Why are you screaming?
I was napping.
Huh? Oh, he's alive.
And there you have it, Miles Edgeworth. It's not possible that Agent Hicks fell over the railing to his death. That man is living proof of that.
I suppose it's true that it's not possible, given the current circumstances.
The current circumstances? What is that supposed to mean?
Suppose that large piece of cargo wasn't there at the time. What would have happened?
He would have been a Bourguignon pancake for sure, sir.
Those are a delicious delicacy.
Yes.
I suppose that man over there would still be breathing. But the reality is that the cargo box is there. So there's no point in entertaining your wild, hypothetical scenarios.
It may be there now, but there's no proof it was always there.
Ha! As if there could have been a window of time when this giant box was not there.
Ah, but there was.
What?
Such a long pause. What? What can I use to show her that it's possible the box was not always where it is now? Mick freaking,
There's a schedule somewhere.
yeah. It's this, right?
Yeah, to transfer
yeah.
cargo.
One second. Ah!
Take that!
You refueled the Republic of Zhangfa?
Yes, this flight had a short layover in Zhangfa in order to refuel. But that wasn't the only reason for the layover. We also transferred some cargo. What if the box in question was only transferred onto the plane at that time? To further prove my point, let's take a look at what's next to the box in question.
Ah, it's labeled Zhangfa Express.
Correct, meaning it was loaded onto the plane in Zhangfa. Nom nom nom. Now, what if the box in question was also loaded on at the same time?
It would mean that the box was not in the cargo hold during the Europe Zhangfa leg of the flight.
Making a clear drop from which Agent Hicks could have fallen to his death entirely possible.
Ah, but your theory is still very far-fetched.
Then allow me to a chance to prove how very likely my scenario is. Scenario. He says it's scenario.
You would.
My first order of business will be to examine that piece of cargo in more detail. Can I have my health back?
No.
This is a rather large piece of cargo.
There's a tag on it, sir. Let's see. Aleph Red Statue. Never heard of it.
nor I. But all I care about is if we can prove it wasn't here at the time of the crime.
Let's get investigating, sir. Wingdings.
Oh god.
Oh, he's mad. He's mad.
Look here. Do not go about touching my possessions without my permission. Don't rush up on me like that, pal.
So this belongs to Mr. LeBlanc, does it? I should see what else I can find out from him. Hey, bro. We got
Too
that.
long.
What? Okay.
I think you have to talk to him, huh? Because you were just doing the cargo again.
Here we go. I take it that this large piece of cargo belongs to you, Mr. LeBlanc.
Do you know who he
What
reminds
is
me
this
of with
like?
the hair?
Who?
Johannes as Bach.
I can see it.
I don't know if
That's all I had.
that doesn't bring something to my brain. But maybe
He was a really famous composer from the Baroque period.
yeah.
What is its mine?
It's been a long time since I've had music class.
Alright, let's let Duncan read his line.
Duncan, read it again. I talked over you.
Oh, I already read it though.
Ah!
Of course it's mine. I had it shipped specially from Europe. This Alfred statue is worth at least 10 million cents. No, maybe much, much more.
Mr. LeBlanc's reason for choosing this plane must have been the large cargo hold.
10 million cents, huh?
I suggest you stop trying to calculate how many packets of noodles that makes, Detective.
For the
Duh.
people who can't do math, that's $100,000.
Yeah.
How many noodles is that?
100,000 noodles.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Basically.
It's about $1 a pack, I feel like.
Yeah.
I feel like you keep getting better and better at seeing right through me every year, sir.
Though I grow with each revolution.
Why does he say it like it's such a so
This is
pretentious?
This
so
whole
weird.
sentence is an Edwardism.
Though I
That
grow
is.
with
I'm actually
each
going to write that down.
revolution of the planet around the sun. I have the distinct impression he continues to madly spin in place.
Hey, Mr. Edgewood. So that 10 million cents, that euros or dollars?
Does it really make a difference to our case? Mr. LeBlanc, there's a chance that your cargo is related to our murder case. I was wondering if you would allow us to examine it a bit closer.
It is very valuable piece of art, so no, there will be no touching.
Logic time, Dan.
Logic time.
Use your brain again, huh? This time, no
Front-facing
brain.
Edgeworth will use his brain.
This one's easy, because there's only 2 of them this time.
Wow.
You got smart at the game this time.
If Mr. LeBlanc had something to do with the smuggling ring, then it's possible this fake statue was brought on board in Zhangfa. I think I need to question him a bit further. I'm back.
You're highly suspicious, sir.
About your statue, Mr. LeBlanc. I wonder if it might be a fake.
What? How dare you say my art is fake?
I suspect that your statue might be the target of an international smuggling ring.
Don't say such fantastical things. Those thieves would not dare. I have the certification of my cargo right here.
Do you mean the cargo certification document? Mr. Fink LeBlanc, why didn't you say so earlier? Please show it to us at once. I can't fucking read this. What does it say?
It says as plain as day. The cargo was put onto a plane in Europe.
Oh, there you have it, Miles Edgeworth. Too bad for you. This statue was brought on board in Europe, just as it states in this certificate.
No, that's...
Which means that there was never a window of time in which the statue wasn't sitting there.
No, that's...
You can, like... Never mind, I'm not gonna say it yet.
I respectfully disagree. And I disrespectfully agree. We can't discount the theory until I see the statue for myself.
Then you have your wish. Look at it yourself and see I am right.
This... I know I've seen this somewhere before. I was waiting for this.
Yeah. This is the olive red. It gives off such a feeling of art. I can practically smell it.
This is art.
Smells like rock.
The statue has a amount of historic value. After it was unveiled at the museum in Europe, I brought it to this country to exhibit it.
I believe a closer look is warranted here. What? So this is the infamous Aleph Red statue,
What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? Did you find something?
There's something wrong with this picture. We should examine it in more detail.
AKA there's something that's deducible.
Something's not right here.
Isn't it the eyes?
Yeah!
It is
you did
literally
it.
called the olive red. Huh?
Yeah. And I
I
remember
don't see
having red
no
eyes.
red.
Eureka!
These eyes are awfully orange, don't you think?
Yeah, and pretty. They remind me of sunsets when I was in grade school, sir.
Okay, Gumshoe, let's get you to bed. I don't think you see what I'm talking about.
No, I do. But it's really the color of the sun when it's setting, sir. Ah, the memories. I remember standing out in that field, spinning with my arms out until I felt ill.
Turns back to Edgeworth.
He gets so mad.
He has withered away. I don't care about sunsets. Focus, detective. What color are the eyes in this photo?
Sir, they're red.
As I thought. The statue is a fake. Mr. LeBlanc. We just did the whole Animal Crossing, like,
Yeah.
counterfeit art thing. I never really got close to finishing my art in my museum in New Horizons.
Yeah.
I feel bad about that. I got all the fossils, I got all the fish, I got all the bugs, but not the art. Maybe someday. Anyway. Oh boy.
What do you want? You don't know I am busy, man. I allow you 2 seconds for your answer.
The Aleph Red. I suppose this is your pride and joy, is it not?
It is biggest trophy on this European flight. Do you know why I want to possess this statue? The trigger started 17 years ago. Better grab a chair, sir. Sounds like it's gonna be a long story.
Mr. LeBlanc, I regret to inform you, and you have my heartfelt sympathy, but
What is that? Sympathy? For what?
you'll see. I'd like you to compare the eyes.
That large fellow there has very bright and pretty eyes compared to you.
Oh, well,
Damn.
Very funny.
I wasn't talking about the two of us. I meant the eyes of the statue in front of us and the one in this photo.
Why the sudden yelling? Nothing. Huh? It's a photo of the statue on display in a museum in Europe. No.
Yeah, that is the best way to pronounce that, I guess.
Oh, would you prefer I do it phonetically?
No, you should have pronounced it Narwhal! Now, do you see, Mr. LeBlanc? The statue before us is a fake.
Fake.
I believe that even further examination will be required. Now that we have confirmed that this is indeed a fake, there must be some sort of proof that this was brought on board in Zhangfa. And I will present you the evidence that will resolve the remaining contradiction. Okay.
There is some proof.
You
I
can go
know that
down.
it
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can go down.
Going down. Damn it.
You didn't go down.
The bottom of this. I am literally trying to get to the bottom of this. Thank you. It's on top of this guy.
Yeah, and that's the part I was going to point out earlier. The tarp for that one says Zhongfa Express on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Which
right.
doesn't make any sense.
Then I can deduce. Spot is somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold. This?
Yeah.
I think the cargo,
Yeah, I think that's it.
This.
or it's either that or the register.
Oh, it was wrong. It was probably the schedule.
I'm
Yeah.
Eureka-ing!
Oh, that's what you're going on about.
Literally. Fine.
I think that it was actually, remember we just got that cargo manifest?
Oh wait, I
hold
think
on.
we got it
Wait,
right.
hold on.
huh?
Wait, hold on. Wait,
We got
hold
it
on.
right. We
Oh,
got it
We
we
right.
cooked.
Shit! That's not possible.
But it is. I never doubted myself for a second. It shouldn't be this way, but the statue is on top of the cloth. Supposing that the neighboring piece of cargo was brought on board in Zhengfa, there is no way that any part of it should wind up under something from Europe. Which means that this fake statue was smuggled on board in Zhengfa.
You know, us thinking we got that one wrong is just
I
proving
was
it's the
too.
gaslighting stream. This is the gaslighting stream.
No, it's not. We're not gaslighting anyone.
Right. What
Yeah.
was I thinking?
Duncan, what are you talking about gaslighting? You're acting crazy right now.
Yeah. God, Duncan.
I'm not crazy.
But
I'll show you,
how
crazy.
about the cargo certificate?
Let me ask in return. What about Agent Hicks? Why did he come down here in the middle of the flight? There's only one reason why, to secure proof of smuggling activity aboard this flight.
So you say, but I don't believe he had to do that mid-flight. He could have just as easily inspected all of the cargo after the plane had landed.
That may be true. However, you have it backwards, Francisca. Sure, Agent Hicks could have waited until after the plane landed. But he had a reason for coming down here to the cargo hold. Suppose he had found the fake at the airport. It would have been after the swap had occurred. At that time, the suspicion would naturally fall onto the statue's owner, who would have no way to prove that the statue was switched without his knowledge. Which means there is someone involved who is forging or modifying cargo certificates. Yay!
I guess the victim knew the real version of this was gonna get nabbed, huh?
What is that, animal on the Zhengfa?
It's supposed to be a phoenix
Yeah.
because it's the symbol of the country.
Ah.
So I also just wanted to
The
point out something.
phoenix.
Something that's a little interesting about so Zhangfa, I'm pretty sure is supposed to be like, it's supposed to be like China, is my guess.
Yeah.
But the weird thing too is that they definitely distinguish it from China, but because when
I
they
think
do
maybe,
refer to it,
Like
because
Hong Kong?
the biggest, yeah, Hong Kong maybe, because they constantly refer to Zhangfa as a small country, which is definitely not China. So maybe you're right, Yessie.
It could
Maybe
be.
it is supposed to be like Hong Kong.
It could also be Taiwan.
That's true, actually. Yeah,
Japan
that's a good
is
point,
pretty
huh?
close. It has pretty good
That-
relationships with.
Yeah,
Taiwan.
actually,
Yeah.
you know, that probably makes the more sense that it's Taiwan, because Taiwan is small. So
And also, if you wanted to sell this game in China, you have to change that.
Yeah. Because, yeah.
Yes,
Fruit
while
fly
this
has invaded my
While this
drink.
photo could be seen as nothing more than a simple souvenir, it was in fact taken to be used as a reference document later on. Next, Agent Hicks had to secure proof that the smuggling had taken place. He came down here to take a picture of the cargo hold. A rather empty one at that, right before the fake statue could be loaded on board.
A photo of the hold missing a valuable piece of cargo would have been proof enough. After that, all he had to do was hold the Zhangfa cargo crew and arrest the smuggler.
Exactly. This only goes to prove my theory. If the statue was not in the cargo hold during the Europe, that was
Europe.
That was weirdly formatted. During the Europe Zhangfa leg of the trip,
During the Europe.
I would have used a comma or something.
Yeah.
There would have been enough height from. There wouldn't have. What? There would have
That
been
was
enough
scary.
height from which Agent Hicks could have fallen to his death.
The English majors are Englishing.
Yeah.
Officer! Move the statue immediately.
Picks it up with one hand.
I want a thorough examination of the floor underneath. Now.
The officer starts
Miss
sniffing.
Von Karma, I'm ready to report my findings.
Go on.
After moving the Olive Red statue out of the way, we tested the area under with luminol, and there was a reaction.
I see. There was a reaction to luminol. An indication that there was blood in that spot.
Can we stop looking at it now, sirs?
No, you will look harder.
Look closer, detective. Smell it.
It would seem that my deductions were correct after all.
I suppose it would appear that way.
The culprit cleaned the blood up well.
And how do you think the killer did that?
How did the killer clean up all the blood? With this! With this, right?
Yeah.
Bohemian cloth.
The killer used the bloody cloth I found inside the suitcase to clean up this mess.
I see. They had a need to clean up all the blood before the plane landed in Zhangfa.
Yes, because otherwise the cargo crew would have discovered it during the layover.
So you guys are saying that the murder weapon happened to be... I don't think I read that. That the murder happened before the plane landed in Zhangfa?
We're all having a hard time.
We're all having a time.
There
Or are
was
we?
no other
we?
conceivable timeline for the events of the murder.
Damn, what do you mean we're all
Is
having
there?
a time?
How dare you? But if
I'm
that
not doing anything.
But if that is true, then that throws a certain person's... Oh yeah? Then what am I doing, if nothing, not anything? If someone tried to gaslight me, I would just try and confuse them more than they were trying to confuse me. Like
And
just
when
as
are
a
we gonna
power
get to
move.
playing the Ace Attorney trilogy?
When you're gonna finish, we technically didn't finish it because we didn't see the other ending of the second game.
When's the next Code Geass video coming out?
God damn it. I technically didn't watch the movies.
Or did you?
No.
We gotta stop. We gotta stop.
But if that is true, then that throws a certain person's testimony into doubt. If the murder occurred before we landed in Zhangfa, then this becomes highly suspect. What was it?
1 out of 3 chances, Dan.
I don't remember everyone's testimony because it was like last week.
I think-
Figure it out. 1 out of 3 people, Dan.
Well, I'm most suspicious of Meal, if we're being honest.
Yeah, I think that's
Throw
right.
her under the bus?
Yes.
Throw her under the bus.
Recall Miss Meal's testimony about Agent Hicks in regard to when we departed Zhangfa.
I saw Mr. Hicks sitting in a seat at 5 a.m., you know.
Her and the captain are in cahoots in the smuggling ring.
Thing. I got a thingy thing.
Yeah. And they're banging, but that's besides the point. She recalls Agent Hicks was alive at the time of the service calls, but
That totally contradicts the facts, sir.
But why would she lie about something like that?
I think the only person who can answer that is Miss Meal herself.
Oh
Oh!
my god, finally a voice that's different.
So,
Do we have one more part?
if we did the last part, we'd be done with this case. We've basically been doing each part like 1 hour, so that basically means we would just have to go another hour if you're all down for that. I'm down
Yeah,
for
I'm down for it.
Yep.
Also, it would make most sense since we put, I don't know who else we would put for a third video for this. So
Yeah, I would have put Francisco, by the way.
yeah, I figured you would, but this does make sense. So let's just keep going.
We did do I think we only did one part last time, so it might have worked
Yeah.
out differently if we had continued a little bit further, but let's do this. Look at her sleepy.
She has so
These-
much hair.
I once again ask you all the question. What's her snoring? Is it hawk
Oh,
shoe,
I'm-
hawk shoe, or is it me 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 me?
Clearly, it's bubble bubble.
Audience at home, I apologize for my visceral snoring noises. I thought it was funny.
Miss Meal.
Huh?
I don't want her to be bad. She's too cute.
What do you mean? She's already a baddie.
Well, do you recall what you said earlier? About when you answered some service calls as we were departing from Zhengfa. You said that Mr. Hicks was sitting in his seat at that time. However, that is simply not possible. Because Mr. Hicks was dead long before we ever touched down in Zhengfa. Are you awake yet? Miss Camille.
Maybe I didn't see what I thought I did.
No one could make a mistake so large, Miss Meal. Huge!
But I make that kind of boo-boo all the time.
Okay. Ugh.
As this is going nowhere, there must be a better way of resolving this contradiction.
You're right, Francisco, whip her. Very well, Miss Meal. If you please, tell me about your alibi during that span of time. From just before we landed at 3 a.m. and what? From just before we were to land at 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. when the body was found.
Are you telling me I'm a suspect, Mr. Edwards?
Yes. You might be a bit sus.
No.
Do.
Time for her to gaslight us.
Oh, yeah.
That better not be included in the testimony.
From 3 to 4, I was, in the flight attendant's room all by my lonesome self. Yeah. And from 5 to 6, I was, in the flight attendant's room all by my lonesome self.
We should totally press those lines. See what happens.
How is a man supposed to react to a testimony like that? Crying? Miss Meal! Wake up! She fell asleep again. It looks like the only way I'm going to be able to wake her up is by pressing her. Puts her in a hydraulic press.
Oh no.
Have you seen those videos? Have you seen
Yes.
those videos of like the people acting out the hydraulic press?
Yes, I have. They're really good.
You seen the one with the Jolteon? I think it's like a figure or something getting crushed. The
Yeah.
person's like, ah. They do it so well. I swear to God.
No, press the first thing. I'll see what happens.
Oh, you want to
Cool.
press the first, like, nah,
I do. I want to
Okay.
see what happens.
That is a good idea. If I remember correctly, food was being served in the first class in the lounge. Between the hours of 3 and 4 a.m.
Yeah, but that kind of stuff's run by Miss Rhoda.
Then what were you doing in the attendance room at that time?
Eating and then having a most delicious dream.
You mean you were neglecting your duties?
No way! Sleeping's part of our job too, you know.
It, like, flight attendants are one of the only jobs that's like, yeah, you do sleep.
You do gotta sleep.
I think you get paid that time when you're sleeping. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Anyway.
Hold it!
Miss Meal, wake up!
I'm awake. Files Ezra, I demand that you do something about this flight attendant this instant.
Why ask me to wake her when you can finally put that whip to an appropriate use? Well, literally, what was I saying? Press this one too?
Yeah, go for it.
Hold it!
Gosh.
Miss Meal, how many times do I have to repeat myself? Wake the fuck up!
I'm awake. I'm awake. Ugh.
What did you whip me for, sir?
What did I miss?
An act of sadism. A poor detective being on the receiving end of a lash in your stead.
Oh, really? Sorry about that.
In the corner. Gumshoe will remember that. You could make amends for that by continuing with your testimony.
Hold it!
So you were alone the entire time, were you?
Yeah, no one even popped in their head to say hi.
Oh, well, I think that's a contradiction. Well, I think a contradiction just popped into my head to
Wait,
say
I
hi.
gotta put that in the Edgeworthism. That's so stupid.
What should I do? Should I raise an objection?
Yes.
Always!
That's one of the lamest things I've ever said.
Miss Meal, there is clear contradiction embedded in your testimony.
Uh-huh. What are you talking about?
It's not possible that you were alone in the attendance room this whole time from 5 to 6 a.m. Because wasn't Rhoda in there?
Yeah, how do we know?
She came out of that because, she found how do we?
You do have evidence to prove it.
I don't know the evidence.
Think, Dan. Think. What did
What did she do?
What did she do?
Oh, she bought the suitcase.
But that's not the
Where did the
suitcase that
suitcase
she
go?
bought.
Okay, we have the receipt. Huh!
Yeah, and look at the time on it
Yeah.
too.
And so she brought it back in. And
Yeah.
that's how you know.
Take
There, take this. I brained. I used it once. I wonder if you would be so kind as to take a look at this receipt, Miss Meal.
Uh-huh. A receipt? For what?
It's for the suitcase Miss Tenero bought. Now, if I maybe direct your attention to the timestamp, you can see it clearly says 5 a.m.
5:40.
Yes, 5:40 a.m. Miss Tenero.
No, it doesn't. It says 5:40 p.m.
Yes.
When did she get here? Was she here?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Why is the killer here? I thought you'd have locked her up by now.
I requested that she be present as a witness so that we may straighten out your complex lie. I've been saying sentences weirdly this stream. I'm like, now then, Miss Tenero, between the hours of 5 and 6 a.m., you took a trip from first class down to the first floor in-flight shop, correct?
Yes. I went to the shop to buy a suitcase. After which, I went straight to the attendant's room to drop it off.
And did you see Miss Meal there at that time?
No.
So, Miss Meal, where were you really between the hours of 5 and 6 a.m.? Miss Cammy Meal!
The bathroom?
I'll be the one to ask the questions here.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
For an hour.
Yeah, I had to shit. I probably just missed her. These are called, you know.
I had to dump a huge shit in the toilet.
I think there's a
Yeah.
line that we missed in The case with Feeny in it, where he's like, "My dolly's so perfect, she doesn't even poop."
I feel like I remember that.
I can't remember if we saw it or if I was just like, "Hey guys, this line exists." It was one of the two.
I'm pretty sure we saw it. So.
Okay, cool.
Do you take me for a fool? That's a little too convenient to be true.
But it's the truth. Cross my heart.
You know, actually, I could see her going to the bathroom, falling asleep on the toilet, and then just staying in there for an hour.
She took a nap.
You know when nature calls, when nature is calling? And you have to sleep on the toilet.
Sleep is part of nature too.
I don't have enough.
Nate.
I don't have enough conclusive proof to counter-argue with her at this stage.
You don't believe me, do you? But please, won't you give me a chance and hear me out?
Oh yeah. You know what? I'll save it for later.
Okay. Look, I know you're suspecting me because I'm one of the crew,
Yes.
but you think that maybe then you should also suspect Miss Rhoda too.
We've suspected her a lot lately.
She's the one in charge of the elevator keycard and the shop, you know? If you ask me, that makes her super suspicious.
Please leave Miss Tenero out of the conversation. Only you are under suspect for now. Suspicion.
I don't get it. Why are you covering for Miss Rhoda all of a sudden? Oh, now I get it. Maybe you've got your eye on Miss Rhoda.
Please.
Edgeworth does the gay hand thingy.
Yeah. Please. If only you knew. Of course I'm keeping an eye on her. I can't very well let her escape, can I?
And that's the autism.
Yeah, very true.
Never mind, but you want to know something? Miss Rhoda actually kind of like... I have absolutely no interest in people who can't appreciate my sense of design.
He was very rude to her.
Fun fact, in the French version, I think they do make it canon that Rhoda is a lesbian.
That's fun.
There's a talk. Something.
Let's just press stuff. Huh?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like the key card is an interesting thing here because she probably
Yeah.
Took it.
Hold it!
And what are you in charge of, Miss Meal?
I take care of the attendance room.
I'm just like shaking my head. I'm just like, that doesn't count.
Oh, but I spent so much time in there, it might as well be my responsibility. I have conversation from my girlfriend who does know a little bit of French, and they say that she prefers women. Anyway, Mr. Edgeworth, Cammy is very talented in languages. So she assists passengers who may not speak English.
So
Especially those who speak Borginian. She's the only one on this flight who's fluent.
I didn't realize that what that line was cutting off earlier. So they were cutting off like, actually, she likes women.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was what was going to be said in English, but in French it's more apparent, apparently.
Well, they made it so that it's very non-committal, so cool.
Yeah.
Yesy?
Sorry. Oh, you mean that kind of what am I in charge of? Why didn't you say so in the first place?
I am going to die. What else could I have meant?
Yeah, so I'm really good at Borginian.
She's fluent in Borginian. Then I suppose you're... I just realized. that means that she forged the documents, probably. Then I suppose
Catherine,
you're in charge.
gatekeep girl boss.
You know what? Good for her, honestly. Suppose you're in charge of processing documents in Virginian?
Yeah, I take care of anything that has to do with Virginian.
Very interesting. So, can I use that there? I didn't get a new line, did I?
I think that one's new, isn't it?
This one?
No,
Uh,
it's not new, but we can.
actually, your on-the-job behavior makes you super suspicious in my eyes.
Uh-huh, but, like, why?
Well, Miss Tenero is busy with the while Miss Tenero is busy with the passengers and all her other duties, you have a lot of free time on your hands, thus providing you with ample time to commit the crime.
Miles Edgeworth, I demand that you cease or desist this line of conjectural questioning. I won't allow you to bluff your way through this like a certain defense lawyer.
But I do not honestly believe Miss Meal does any actually work on this.
That's not true, Mr. Edgeworth. Although,
This is the line.
That's a new line, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Do we want to present here?
all I'm in
I
charge
can
of?
present. We can actually present stuff on.
Yeah. We
Um,
attended room with some Virginia and stuff.
So, can you tell us what this says?
Objection!
oh, got her.
So, you're the only one in the flight crew that speaks Borginian? Is that correct? God damn it.
Yeah, I guess so. I studied abroad in Virginia for a while.
This is a new animation.
Creepy.
I like it.
Why'd they have to make her so cute? If she's gonna be
See,
bad.
now that I don't have to yawn for a character, now I have to yawn for myself. I could have used that like 30 seconds ago.
If that is the case, then the signature on this document belongs to you, doesn't it? This is a falsified piece of documentation with only one purpose: to lead anyone who read it to believe that Mr. LeBlanc's statue was loaded in Europe. The only person who could have either prepared or processed this document in Borginian is you, Miss Meal. Without your participation, the smuggling of Aleph Red could not have occurred. Don't sleep while I'm pointing my finger at you.
This is good.
Oh, I wouldn't dream of falling asleep on you, Mr. Edgeworth.
No. It's so
I feel
funny.
like it's a double entendre there.
Yeah. Well,
It's exactly as you say.
you bubble blowing. Are you confessing to having participated in the smuggling?
No, far from it. It's true that I was the one who signed off on that document. But you can't use that fact alone to make your allegation of smuggling stick. There's no direct correlation, after all. All you have is my signature on a piece of paper.
Really? All you did was sign it?
I neglected to check if the cargo had been loaded onto the plane properly. So, sorry about that.
Seems that she's finally woken up. This is going to be one tough fight.
Suppose, and this is just a supposition. Even if I was involved in the smuggling, you can't throw the charge of murder on me just like that.
Objection!
Yes, we can.
If you were involved in the smuggling, you would have had a strong motive to kill. Agent Hicks was in the middle of an investigation regarding a smuggling ring. Well, just when he was about to close in, he's killed by a member of that ring. Well, did you ever stop to think that maybe Rhoda is the smuggling ring member?
I'm sorry you don't have a lot of lines down here.
I'm just vibing.
Yeah.
Or am I?
God
Or are
damn it.
you? After all, unlike me, Rhoda has access to many things on this plane for work purposes.
Squirtle used Bubble Beam. So perhaps there is some element of setup at play in this case.
What are you talking about?
Don't worry, I wasn't talking about you. I meant the killer.
I like
First.
to imagine in the script it just said, angrily blows bubbles at Mr. Edgeworth.
First, it was myself, and now it's Miss Tenero, who is under the microscope. Seems to me that our killer is going to great lengths to pin this crime on anyone they can.
You have no proof that Rhoda is being set up, or that she isn't.
Actually, I believe that she was indeed the intended target from the very beginning. I believe that the plane was to push all of the blame... I believe that the plan was to push all the blame for the crime onto her. And this evidence will prove my suspicion. This proves that the killer was out to frame Miss Tenero from the very beginning. My
Where was
badge.
stuff hidden?
This.
Yes. Nope.
No. The suitcase.
Yes.
I also think this could be part of it, though. Hi.
Take that!
But the killer could have hidden the body anywhere. And yet they chose the suitcase. Why is that? Perhaps it was to move the body up from the lower deck to the first floor. However, why go through the trouble to do so? The only way all of these actions make sense is if the killer had wanted to frame Miss Tenero for the murder. Miss Tenero buys a suitcase on every flight she works without fail. But should her suitcase be switched with the one containing the victim's body, that would put her in a very tight spot. Unfortunately for the killer, the turbulence put an end to that plan. There wasn't enough time to put the body back into the suitcase, ergo they made do with whoever was at hand. Adapted their plan. And tried to frame me as I lay unconscious on the floor from the turbulence. Because I was getting drunk. For no particular reason. The killer wanted to hide the suitcase in the in-flight shop, and brought the piggy bank back to the elevator in order to fabricate a false weapon. A lot of work for a fruitless endeavor, wouldn't you agree?
Sounds like the killer had a rough time too, huh? I mean, why did the killer need to frame someone that badly anyway?
That is because of the special circumstances surrounding this particular case. What circumstances dictated the need for the killer to frame someone? I mean, who seems like, yeah?
No, it's not that.
Where? Oh, because it's on a plane. So was the staff. They'd be suspicious. Right? Something? Ben playing video games? Showing up? Help?
I think.
Dan, you have 1 in 3 shots. Just pick one. You have plenty of health. We're always
Hiya!
Just pick something.
I didn't mean to choose this one, honestly. This was the one I was considering the least. The murder took place before the movie was scheduled. Around that time, almost all the passengers had returned to their seats. Therefore, the killer had to choose someone who was not at their seat to frame.
Isn't that an explanation for how the killer chose who would not survive? They had to.
Well, I thought it best to start from there.
If you're going to talk about completely unrelated matters, then do you mind if I take a nap?
Hold on, I'm just getting the meat of my argument. I meant to choose this one. Special circumstances is simply that the murder took place on a plane mid-flight. No matter which country, customs is quite strict in this day and age, so no matter what you do, the chances that the body will be found is very high. Therefore, there was no choice but to frame either Miss Tenero or myself. In other words, the only one who fits within the boundaries of the criminal's movements is not Miss Tenero or myself, but you, Miss Camille. Only you and you alone could be the killer.
And
Well, I guess I hadn't considered that. And?
are you done already? I was about to fall asleep again. Anyway, let's be honest here. You don't have anything on me other than a whole lot of circumstantial evidence. The bubbles got in his eyes.
I can see the outline of how the murder occurred, but I have no definitive evidence. And isn't there a piece of evidence that's still unaccounted for? Something that I still can't quite fit into the big picture.
The one thing that hasn't come up a ton.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Give the evidence, Dan.
Well, I mean, the cell phone didn't.
Something-
Well, it has gone missing. Why do we not know about
Yeah.
that? Okay. Huh?
Take that!
I don't have any actual evidence,
I thought not.
but that's because it went missing and still is.
Missing? What do you mean by that?
In the complex puzzle that is the skin. In the complex puzzle that is the cosmos.
My
There
God.
was one piece. There was one piece.
Uh-huh.
Kept getting
I'm awake.
Oh my god. I'm so tired. And that is the victim's cell phone. Francisca, you were waiting at the airport for a phone call from Agent Hicks' cell phone. Or at least, that's what you told me.
That's right.
But Agent Hicks' cell phone could not be found at the crime scene.
You mean the killer took the phone with them?
Precisely. I suspect that if we were to find that phone, it would lead us to the killer.
Come on, get serious.
I am.
If the victim fell to his death from that height, wouldn't his phone break as well?
We won't know until we try a little experiment, will we?
What
Francisca,
if it's a Nokia?
I'd like to ask for your assistance. You know the victim's phone number, do you not?
Of course I do. I also have a Nokia.
Damn, I was really hoping the Steel Samurai ringtone.
Oh my god, I have lines.
Yeah,
finally.
I was gonna say.
Agent Hicks's phone. It's ringing from somewhere, sir.
I hear it, detective. Now where is it coming from? I was expecting it to get louder. I don't know why.
I think it's supposed to be like upstairs. I think.
No, it's not upstairs.
Isn't it?
I think it's in a box, and I think I know which one. I think it's in the
Oh yeah,
bedsheet
no, yeah,
box.
you're right. It's in one of the boxes, not that one. It's
There's a box of bed sheets somewhere.
yeah.
Box of bed sheets. Is it this?
At least I thought so. No.
Sounds like the phone is up in
Oh,
the
never
front.
mind. You're right.
Dang.
I'm thinking of something else with a box of bed sheets.
I
Hold
told
on.
you it was upstairs.
Hold on. Hold on. Did we find that there was a way to run in this?
There should be. There's a button you have
Oh!
to hold down.
Oh!
Gay little run. What the fuck?
I'm zooming. It's shift.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Alright, here I am, once again. Feeling lost, but now and then.
The ringing's coming from somewhere in here, sir.
Leave no stone unturned, detective. We must search every nook and cranny. Okay. From in here.
The ring's coming from in here, sir.
What? No, it can't be.
This is gotta be the victim's cell phone. Just whose locker is this, sir?
It's Miss Tenero's.
What?
Oh, they got the cool music again.
I forgot that Virginian guy is just there.
He's just there. He almost died.
So, Mr. Edgeworth, how did it go? Where did you find the phone?
I found it in the flight attendant's room in Miss Tenero's locker.
What? But... Rona Tenero! I don't know anything about that phone. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Miss Von Karma, is it? I suggest you arrest Miss Rhoda Tenero right away.
Didn't she already get arrested?
Objection!
Wait, I have a theory. You might say. A game theory. This is related to the incident with that keycard. When the killer went to steal the keycard, they conveniently stashed the cell phone in Miss Tenero's locker at the same time.
Objection!
This is related to the keycard, alright. In the same way that we have zero proof that the killer did just that.
Ugh.
The only voice that speaks the truth is evidence. That is the one bird which we can't ignore.
What should I do? Francis is right. I can't offer baseless conjecture at this point. Alright
Only
then.
based conjecture.
I can only offer based conjecture. Why did the culprit take the cell phone from Agent Hicks? It must have something very incriminating on or in it.
Hold it!
What now, Miles Edgeworth?
It's not over yet. We have yet to figure out why the killer took the phone.
What?
Inside this phone lies the final piece of incriminating evidence that will point us to our killer. We need to examine the phone in more detail.
Whee! Up, down, left, right.
Well, the screen's all busted.
Inside out.
The LCD is broken. Without a screen, you can't even place a call with this. Seems like a design flaw to me. It's the camera lens. Come to think of it, I wonder, how exactly was Agent Hicks planning to preserve the crime scene of the smuggling? Francisca, I need you to confirm something. This cell phone, can it take pictures?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I'm so bad with technology.
Mr. Edgeworth, I can't believe you don't know about this kind of basic stuff, sir.
This looks like a very similar model to my own. One of mine can take photos just fine.
I like how hers matches her hair.
That's good.
Do you think Agent Hicks could have taken pictures with this? In particular, pictures that as evidence for his smuggling case?
Go to the evil, Miles Edgeworth.
If so, I'd say there may be some very inconvenient photos in here for a killer smuggler.
But the phone's all busted up, sir.
Even a super prosecutor can't repair a broken phone.
Ugh. I'll find a way. Don't you worry about that.
Can I go back to sleep now?
Objection!
No.
The LCD screens on the inside and outside are broken, that's for sure. But that's also reason enough to believe that the killer wasn't able to erase the data. What?
What do you mean by that, Francisca?
It looks like our killer isn't very familiar with electronics. The phone still rang when I called it, meaning that only the LCD screens are broken. It's possible that there are photos that are still on the inside waiting to be accessed.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, surely there's like a memory of some sort on the inside.
All we need to do is transfer the data to my phone.
Francisca, your phone, if you please.
Very well. It's transferring. Alright, displaying it now.
There's bed sheets.
This is...
Agent Hicks was most certainly trying to obtain some evidence for his smuggling case.
Duncan, your first line.
Yellow threads nowhere in pics, sir.
I don't blame. I don't have any lines here, guys.
I know, I'm just letting you know.
But this has no meaning as a piece of evidence in this murder case, right?
She's right. There's not much we can find out about this. About Agent Hicks's killer, sir.
Is this it? Is this the end?
No.
Is there really nothing in this photo that we can use?
Oh,
Well.
that's something.
Spoilers. Unintentional.
Bed sheets.
Box bed sheets. These are still in the cargo hold, though. Nothing unusual about them in particular, but I can't shake the feeling.
If you're just playing around, do you mind if I, go home?
Yes, I mind. What exactly is different between then and now?
That too.
Yeah. What's all this?
Oh, they are cargo shipped from Virginia to Zhangfa.
So the reason they aren't here right now is that they were dropped off in Zhangfa. Mr. LeBlanc, can you tell me the contents of the boxes? Unfortunately, there is no English written on them anywhere.
One cluster of boxes is written in Virginia. It says wing things. It is cloth in English.
Cloth? Could it be... Is this where the killer...
What? What for is that scary face?
Miss Meal.
Yeah?
It appears that Agent Hicks was no ordinary investigator.
Bad.
He left us with a piece of evidence after all. A striking piece that will point out who the killer is.
Maybe you shouldn't force your mistaken reading of a simple picture, Mr. Edgeworth.
The Borginian cargo in this piece of evidence will point us straight to the killer. Just the cloth?
Yep.
Yep.
Take that!
And what is that supposed to prove?
The killer used this piece of cloth to wipe up the blood they had spilt. But there was one thing that bothered me this whole time. Where did it come from? And now
Where
I
did it
finally
go?
found my answer. In this very photo.
Oh god. Oh god, I'm dying.
Doing some dancing with the music here.
The cargo was unloaded in... Just dancing while he delivers it. Was unloaded in Zhangfa, had cloth written on it. In Borginian, that is. And this is where the killer grabbed a piece from to wipe up the blood with. That's right, the killer was someone who could read and understand Borginian. And the only crew member that fits that description is you, Miss Camille.
That's pretty flimsy. The killer probably searched through all the boxes looking for something to use. When you're frantic, you don't care if the box is in English or Virginian.
Objection!
Sorry, but I can't agree with your assessment of the killer's indiscriminate nature.
What?
There was no need for the killer to tear through boxes at random at all. And if the killer supposedly could not comprehend Virginian, well then. Logically, the killer would have opened this box first.
Take that!
Hey, it says bed sheets in English right on the box, sir.
Precisely. And bed sheets would be perfect for cleaning up blood, wouldn't you say? How do you know, Miles? How do you know?
He speaks from experience. He speaks from experience.
What are you trying to say?
that if I were the criminal, this box of bedsheets would have been what I would have spotted first.
However, the killer chose to use some Borginian cloth. Do you have an explanation for that?
The killer didn't want anyone to know that the real scene of the crime was this cargo hold, so they're afraid to leave signs that the box for the sheets had been opened. However, the Borginian cloth, well, that's a horse of a different color.
Because the killer knew that it was going to be unloaded in the Republic of Zhengfa.
That's right. That's why the Borginian cloth was used, and why the only Borginian reader on board who can make such a calculated decision is you, Camille. You and you alone.
Ugh!
Protect me, teddy bear.
My god, Ugo, protect me!
It would be very easy for us to confirm if any of the boxes were resealed. All we'd have to do is contact the Zhengfa authorities in time. We may even find other evidence to incriminate our killer with those boxes.
Ugh!
So what do you say, Miss Meal? Why not confess to your crime, here and now? Or would you rather wait and see what we find out from our investigation in Zhengfa? That's a lot of dots.
Ugh! No!
Alright, relax.
Never.
He was Interpol! I couldn't stop it! I brought him here. He started taking pictures. I couldn't be found out. I was scared. I was in trouble.
I. Scared of who? Of what? Yatag or us who?
Finished making all the arrangements to take the suspect in, sir.
Very good, detective. What about the smuggling route? Did she say anything about that?
They're taking her down to the precinct now. Hopefully we can get more out of her there. Whenever we even approached the topic, she just started foaming at the mouth.
Okay.
It was pretty scary, sir.
She probably wasn't prepared to commit a murder all of a sudden. One thing is for sure, the ring behind this whole mess means serious business. It looks like there's a lot more to this case than meets the eye, just like a Transformers.
Oh my god.
Very good.
Mr. Edgeworth,
That's me!
I just wanted to say how much I appreciate everything you did. Thank you very much.
It was nothing. In fact, I should be the one thanking you for your cooperation. It's gonna be weird going from this game and having all these nice animations that all the characters are doing to Apollo Justice, unless it has more than.
So Apollo Justice has really good 2D animation for like Apollo Justice proper.
Yeah.
My issue is that games 5 and 6 switch to 3D models, which I do not like as much. I don't think
do
they're
they?
good. Yeah.
Okay.
I
Because I
went
knew
sell
Great Ace
my
Attorney
soul.
did it.
Yeah, the
models
3D
in Grey's
models-
Attorney look pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
That's
and-
you could tell that especially with Dual Destinies, that they were still trying to figure out 3D.
Yeah.
You know,
What?
I
they were
would
growing pains.
sell my
basically.
soul. I would sell my soul to have 5 and 6 in 2D animation.
Yeah, so the. Yeah, okay. I think I.
In my opinion,
To be fair, 5 and 6 does make good use of the 3D stuff.
it does,
But
yeah.
there are some animations that I think would be pretty hard to do in 2D.
Yeah,
Is there a?
but
Is the Great Ace Attorney the one with the guy that like puts his entire leg up on the on
Yes.
the desk?
yes.
Barak von Zeeks.
Yeah, that's the only that's like the main 3D animation I know is
He's the best.
Yeah.
He's the
Okay.
best.
I'll say, for me, the peak of 2D animation in Ace Attorney, though, is absolutely Game 4.
Yeah, I would agree. Game 4 looks really good.
Like, if you said, you have to pick one art style, and we're gonna like every game is going to be updated to that one. I would want to see all of the games in the art style from Game 4.
I would kind of wish we got a true Apollo Justice trilogy in that style. If you catch my
Yeah.
drift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. It was nothing. Oh, I said this.
But truly, if it wasn't for you, I might not be here right now. Instead, I can continue to serve our passengers as a flight attendant. I don't know why I delivered that line like that. I hope that, well, please accept this as a token of my appreciation.
I'm good. That's not necessary.
I see. You don't have to take it if you don't want it.
No, I mean, I would never turn down a lady's generous offer.
Oh, thank you. I'm sure it will serve you well. And remember, we here at GoU Airlines are always ready to serve, Mr. Edgeworth.
Thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
Now, I must bid you farewell. May all your skies be blue no matter where you go.
Okay. Bye. She was never heard from again.
I can't believe we wound up investigating the whole day, sir. Boy, was it fun.
Fun? Speak for yourself. My day was filled with earthquakes, elevators, and false charges. By the way, where's Francisca?
Oh, she's filling out some customs paperwork for her departure.
Departure?
Yeah, Miss Von Karma's always really busy, sir. She's been flying from country to country to chase down some leads regarding a case.
Detective, can you cancel the car I had you reserved earlier?
You got it, sir.
Hope Springs Airport. Francisca.
I thought I told you when you first landed. I have no time for idle chatter.
I have no intention of wasting your time. However, it has been a while since we last met.
I also have no time for such familiar reminiscences. Just who do you think I am?
You are Francisca Von Karma, a very proud prosecutor deserving of much respect.
Until only a little while ago, I was but a wretched mutt who was always losing to you. A dancing Perot?
Poirot?
A dancing Perot living her life on the name and fame of her invincible father bit.
It's either Pierrot or Poirot.
I think it's Pierrot, but I'm not sure. I don't speak French, and I've never had to say that word out loud. I mean, I know it's a reference to something.
Yeah, it's a clown.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I don't know why. It's throwing me off that it's not capitalized.
True. Your father, Manfred von Karma, didn't lose a single case for 40 years as a prosecutor, and also murdered my dad.
Yeah.
However, I wouldn't say he was invincible.
What are you talking about?
He's like dead now.
The group I'm on the trail of is a little more troublesome than most. The smuggling route we found this time is only one sliver of the big picture.
Sounds like a dangerous assignment.
You really don't have to worry. I can take care of myself.
Yes,
Oh, it just means clown. Okay.
I suppose you can.
Plus, there's another agent on this case with me.
Oh, yeah. I think it is Pierrot. Then, if it literally translates to clown.
For some reason, I thought it was a name.
Poirot is a name of a detective in Agatha Christie novels.
Hercule Poirot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, another agent?
He's a star among support agents, and he has the highest successful arrest rate. Who knows? You may even run into him one day.
Guys, they're talking about me. They're talking about me.
We'll see. I was simply caught up in this one case. I hardly see why we would cross paths.
I suppose. But I doubt he would say the same.
I'm not following you.
You'll understand soon enough. The fight has only just begun, Miles Edgeworth.
Okay, I'm ready to Phoenix fight.
I'll be back in this country soon enough. When I am, you can be sure I will pay you back in full.
You know, just once, I want to see him call her Franny to see how mad she would get.
Fran.
And just like that, she's gone, huh, sir? Thank goodness. I can finally rest easy knowing I won't have to watch out for her wit.
Detective Gumshoe, I want to thank you for all your help and cooperation.
Oh, it's nothing, sir. I was just happy to be able to work with you again. I think I'm gonna celebrate by adding a little extra salt to my instant noodles tonight.
Jesus Christ.
They're already really salty from my understanding.
Yeah.
He's just trying to speed run destroying his kidneys.
He's also like, that's the only spice I can afford, salt. Just how much did you cut his salary by, Francisca? Does she even have...
That's also your fault, Edgeworth.
Yeah.
Just say.
Detective, I was wondering if you might give me a ride down to the prosecutor's office.
Sure thing, sir. I'll even fly down the road in the patrol car if you want.
Don't make me remind you, Detective. Safety first. Last time you flew down the road in a patrol car, you crashed.
Patrol car. I think that was his personal one.
Whatever. He'd still crashed a car. He doesn't have a good track record.
Yeah.
Track record? Like a racetrack? Anyway.
But anyway, I was just saying because I think that was part of the issue.
Yeah.
Thus I solved the first case upon my arrival home. Francisca von Karma, the smuggling route she was after. The leaders of that ring had already put their trump card into play. And the players on the other side of this war, they would begin to make themselves known through the next incident. Dun dun dun!
Duncan, this is the you voice on the other end, I think.
I think so, yeah.
If we hear it.
Okay.
Edgeworth speaking.
I actually don't remember who this is, so I'll just read it in whatever voice I want.
It's Amano.
Oh yeah. Was I voicing that? I thought it was.
Actually, it might be Dan.
I thought it was Dan.
No.
Dan,
I have
Just
no.
let me do it. Just let me do it. It doesn't really matter.
Okay, yeah. Give it your best old
finally,
man.
I called. Who knows how many times earlier, but I couldn't get through.
And you are?
Oh, have you forgotten my voice, Miles, my boy?
Mr. Amano? Ernest Amano, correct.
Ah, so you do remember me. I know it's rather sudden, but I can't ask this of anyone else. There's been an incident, Miles. My son, he's been kidnapped.
Yikes! Good luck with that.
Tiki.
Ba-dum-bum-bum.
Dun dun dun.
Wow, we got through that case.
We did
Yay.
it! And we actually, right at the clock, too, so it's
Yeah.
perfect timing.
Which is impressive.
We did it! I wasn't actually expecting to finish this case today, but we did good.
I was
timing.
hoping that we would, so I'm glad we did.
Yep.
All right.
The aptly named Kidnapped Turnabout is next.
I guess the first part of the second case was just a lot longer than I remembered, and then the rest of the parts are actually pretty evenly paced.
Welp. It's me again. That was a pretty fun case.
Or was it?
Oh my god.
It kind of gave me the vibes of like Turnabout Sisters, where it's like not super serious, but it's just kind of like getting you associated with more serious like
Yeah.
stuff in the
It's
game.
a more in between space.
Yeah. But I liked Francisca and Miles working together.
Yeah. Siblings.
And the flight attendant characters were fun. I was the pilot for all of one line. 2 lines, actually.
Woo.
Otherwise, I was only Miles this case. So am I going to be a mono in the future? For
We
next
can
one?
check.
Yeah, we decided on you being a mono, I'm pretty sure.
Cool.
Pretty sure.
Oh, that's why the light isn't bright enough in the back. There we go.
Did you see in chat from earlier from Magpie that Barack has a cut animation where his whole self is laying on the desk?
Yes, I saw that.
That's incredibly good.
Yeah, when we eventually get to the Great Ace Attorney series, you guys can show me stuff like that.
It's
Yeah.
fun. I really like those games. They're probably some of
Yeah.
my favorites.
They're really good.
That one seems to... It seems like... I actually didn't know that, like, 2 of the, Apollo Justice games were in 3D. So, I guess I thought because, like, they try to... Do they try to do 3D in, like, a 2D way? Where I felt...
What do you mean?
Like, I don't know.
I mean,
I'm not going to say
they
anything.
make use of it, I guess.
But it's just like, from what I've seen from the Great Ace Attorney, they take full advantage of the fact that it's 3D and like.
I mean, they do kind of do that too, because like a big thing in like Dual Destinies and Spirit of Justice that makes it different is that like you know how like when you're investigating a room, you're like looking around with a cursor. At least in Dual Destinies and Spirit of Justice, they usually let you look at different angles of the room, which is using the 3D transfer effect.
So like they do like proper pagination. I'm struggling with the word for some reason.
They're able to do a lot more crazy stuff with the camera because it's in 3D.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And also, at I do prefer the 2D style. I also prefer that, but at the very least, they do take advantage of the fact that the characters are in 3D to do crazier animations.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
If
not
you get
just
my
in
drift.
3D. It's not in 3D just for the sake of being in 3D.
Yeah, and also but it's. I feel like the main reason people have a problem with it in Dual Destinies is because of the growing pains, because it was their first time doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for
Basically,
example,
nobody I really see usually complains about it in Great Ace Attorney because they've really figured out how to do it by that point.
Yeah.
here's an example for you, Dan. So Apollo Justice's canon height is short. He's 5'5", whereas like Phoenix, for example, is 5'9". Miles is 5'10". Most of the male characters are on the taller side, and he's shorter. They actually misscaled Apollo's 3D sprite in the 5th game, I believe, because he has his little ahoge, his little horns that kind of stick up. So they scaled his entire sprite to be scaled to 5'5", including his hair, instead of his height from head to toe being 5'5".
Yeah.
So he was actually scaled to be probably about 5 feet tall.
It's really
so
good.
funny. I was about to be like, hey, hold on, 5'5" is short.
Short compared to the other characters,
Yeah.
because again, Phoenix, Edgeworth, Gumshoe is
No, I'm
Gumshoe
5'5",
is
so
6 feet.
and I've
I am
long
also
since
5'5".
I've long since been like, I am short.
That's fair. I think the tallest character I can think of is the prosecutor in that in the same game I'm talking about is 6'2".
Okay.
Simon Blackwell, brick wall of a man.
So comparatively, like,
I see. I know
Apollo
I've
gets
shown
up
you
to like
before.
his abs.
Yeah, I think I've shown you before. I like making, I call them paper doll references, where like I will draw the characters in like just some general undergarments, and that way I can like test run outfits on them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very funny because I also like to make little height lineups for them, and it's very funny because I like putting tall characters next to short characters just to emphasize that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very funny to put Apollo next to Simon.
Yeah. All right. Well, next time we'll begin. What's the next one? Turnabout.
Kidnap Turnabout.
Kidnap Turnabout. Hold
Also,
on. Can I get?
favorite
I'm gonna
case.
go back to the game real quick because.
Okay.
We usually get an image. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Also.
Duncan, it's you.
It is Duncan.
It's a character that your sprite
It's me.
is based on.
That's me. And
Yeah,
he's
finally,
playing.
Duncan and my sprites are about to start making sense.
Yay.
Yay.
Also, I was just gonna say I forgot to mention, and this is not for Ace Attorney, but I am the social media mod and Discord mod for a Dungeon Meshi zine, and the details are on my socials. Yay.
And Dungeon Meshi is something that I will eventually react to on my channel, probably.
Yeah.
But I got a lot going on right now.
No, that's fair. I'm doing a new thing, and I feel like it's probably good practice to mention the things that I'm doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Put
Yeah,
myself out there.
Go check that out if you're interested. But until next week, probably. What is next week?
Oh.
Just making sure that like there's not like Halloween next week, but that's the week after.
Halloween is on like a weekday, so we're fine.
Yeah, it's like a Thursday. Bleh.
I think it's Wednesday.
Bleh. Anyway, see you guys
Nope,
next
you're right.
time.
Really quick, Dan was right at Thursday. Bye.
I know I'm right. Take it easy, everyone.
Bye.